Hi, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're having a wonderful morning. We got an interesting day ahead of us. Again, it's already kind of slow. You get consumer sentiment data right after the bell, but not everybody's too focused on it. And now we're just riding the wave from, half of the front run this week. If you haven't realized, bonds front ran, the market, you've went up a lot. Even if we go down 100 points, we are just going to be at where we ended the other day. So I'm not too worried about it. I do think it's going to be a mix of either chill melt up, or we'll kind of get aggressive in the morning, make another aggressive move, and then it'll stay pinned for the rest of the day. So anything could happen, but like I'm saying, is it going to be material? What's it going to really affect? That's what you should be thinking about, because again, next week is the summary of economic projections, the Fed, and that has been the big event everybody has been waiting on. So I hope you guys are ready for all of it. Let's have a great time. And now, oh wait, we only got 1 minute. So I'm going to be watching Micron, Adobe, Nibis, KWeb, and RH. Oh, I think I had one more on there. SMCI. Yeah, that was supposed to be on that list too. So other than that, we'll see where it's at. We have a couple of other plays that we're looking at. If you didn't see the watch list, we also talked about some other plays there too that could help. So I would watch out for that. Okay. All right, we only got 1 minute, so if you have any questions, I'm not even on the right video. There it is. Good morning. Oh, yeah. All righty. Yeah, is that the right one? All righty. I need to go pee. We only have 40 seconds. Damn, they took off all the propaganda.
Where it was.
All right, I'll be right back.
And then literally the next year, number 500 in the S&P. Anybody who remembers the great 93 crash in Micron says, you know what, we got 93. I mean, wait a minute, that's 1993, it's like 1848. It has these moves that are just extraordinary, and they don't stop here. I always kid Sanjay. I say, Sanjay, once this thing goes, it goes much further than you think. He has always tried to restrain me, but he can't this time, David. He can't stop me.
What did you make? I don't know if you've seen this piece in the Journal today, Jim, looking at the challenges that OpenAI will have in raising enough money to fulfill these deals with Broadcom, for example, and Oracle. I mean, it's all riding on the line here.
It sure is. I mean, there's a presumption that you just have unlimited amount of cash to do anything. I would then... By the way, what they say
round one. Dude, why is it going so crazy? I'm like, what are they doing over here? All right. So actually, I think you opened up green for a second there on the SPY. Again, Apple's going up. Didn't they just have that India headline or whatever? And then let's see what else we got. Keep in mind the K-Webs as well. We got to figure out something with that. It didn't film me on all of them. Yeah. All right, I took one and it didn't film me already. It already did the don't film me. Oh, goodness. Good morning. JTC in early talks with Warburg on separate offers. Hi. Oh, what is that? That's synopsis? Oh, that's just the widespread. And then, yeah, everything's negative right now. SPY's barely down. Dow down by 0.1. Russell down by 0.3. And then NASDAQ up by 0.1. So not the worst. Yeah, a lot of these have wide spreads. Again, gold and the gold names are actually moving around here, too, a little bit. Which one's that? Oh, Cisco. MP. What's the other one? What was the other one from yesterday? CNC. Watch Healthcare. Yeah, see if even UNH goes. Again, Baidu, Baba, all the China stuff has just been very good news for them. So that's it. They've just been getting a lot of news left and right, just from AI, China activity, all of that. You name it. Tesla running. Yeah, you're going to get the blue hair data in a little bit. I wouldn't. Again, people are already talking it down. It's just not going to be that much. So there's SMCI. That's on the low now. It's still up 5. K-Web. China. Oh, wow. Big spread. All right. A lot of spreads are still widening out here. So, again, we got to get even a read on the day. Is that C-Web on the low? Equal weight still pretty up. Again, oil is up too, but oil had a big drop yesterday. Neo, I haven't looked at any materials or anything. They're decent. Financials are starting to go up again. More gold. Is that another bank? Baba and Roblox. Yep. CNC's moving now. I don't know if TOS Mobile is down. DG. Okay, a couple of other ones. RH2 is the big earnings mover. Oh, wow. That one went up? No fucking way. Yo, RH is flipped. That's like an 8% one. Where is it? That's impressive. XHR and then Oracle, my friend, and then Car. Dude, it's crazy. Oracle's about to go below 300. You were just at 380 or whatever, 350. Ah! Oh, that's ugly. Yeah, the RHs, that chain is fucked up, but not in a good way. Not in a way you could take advantage of it. It's too deep and too widened. Uber's on the high. Remember there was a Uber headline yesterday? Oh, what was it? There's something on like Judges. Abbott on the high. That one's interesting. Kind of out of nowhere. About to go red to green on that candle. RH only 4 billion. Is it really? That seems small. I feel you. Okay, Walmart on the high. Oh, yeah, let me check. I don't think we have any more conferences, but I will check. And then Tesla's going up again. Walmart. Remember, Tesla was pretty big. Keep staples and healthcare. I mean, I feel like all month I've been yelling that at you, but I do think it is important. So let's see. Region. United States of North America. Habibi, it's not in North America. It's called America. No. Okay, yeah, there's nothing, boys. Oh, that sucks. Boo, it's going to be so boring. Lucid, Morgan Stanley Conference. No? Oh, I have one. Oh, I got one, bro. I have one. It's funny. See, I'm laughing. Do you want me to tell you one? Let me see what's available. Oh, this is gonna make you guys throw up. If I tell you this, I don't want you to throw up. Oh, dude. So yeah, there's nothing on the calendar today. I got one. There's only one. No, this one's funny. So I made I'm going to tell you my play that I just made. I'm not going to give you the exact one because I don't want to pump it, but I want you to learn the catalyst is coming. You know, like Paul Revere. That's kind of what we did all week, is that a lot of these plays I've hit, we just know the catalyst is arriving. Do you get what I'm saying? That's what I've done every single morning. I've positioned on these, and then we know a headline is going to come. That's it. We could just predict that. So, yeah, some of these I hate, but here we are. I own Q. So one of these little quantum pumps, this thing's already at $50. I mean, we were trading this in like $5 range earlier, if you guys remember. But yeah, I own Q. Analyst day is coming up. So today, in an hour at 9:30. So you actually have a little bit of time. 8 minutes ago. I think I'm 1 hour in between. So pretty much like right now it should be happening. I think I might be able to pull it up. No, I don't have a passcode. But yeah, they have analyst day, so you know something's going to come out of that. It could be bad. That's why you got to be careful. This is what I was telling you was gambly about it yesterday, is that you don't know, you don't know if it's going to go up or not. You get what I'm saying? If they say something bad at analyst day, then you're fucked. But now, if it does good, you're going to do very well. I don't think that'll fail. Yeah. Amazon, TTD, again, we talked about those yesterday. Damn, what the fuck? Is that the... Yeah, I was like, damn, that try to look good. Lucid has an event today too. That's the other shitty one, but that's at a small, it's like Morgan Stanley Laguna conference. I don't think that one's as big as the other one. The other one just analyst day. Otherwise, most of the conferences are pretty much over now. Over. All right, I made my Ion Q play free. So that right there was 100%, and now I wait till they say some dumb shit, and now we're done. And don't be weird with me, because you watch me do this every day. I'm just explaining it step by step, and I did not tell you the play. I didn't even stream alert the strike price and still made 100%. So GG's. GG's, you guys. GG's. But information, this is what I've been trying to highlight to you guys all year. The game has changed. It doesn't matter what you... Everybody has a computer now, dog. You know? It's all about the info and how, if you know what it means and how it's going to play out. So, all you got to do, baby. Oh, those fucking killed it. Oh, now make it free, bro. Oh, well, you're late. So please don't tell people. Like, do you see what I'm saying? Even your message 5 minutes later, you just pumped it after it went up 150% now. So I gave you guys it when the stock was at 4%, 3%. Now it's at 9%. So let's be fair. I'm trying to help you guys, but you know the dumbass reactions is why we stopped. Lack of safety, a lot of reasons. You know what I'm saying? That's it. Well, look at that. What are you talking about? You guys act like I'm the only person in the world. This is the stock market, and we're ahead of it by 5%. All of those plays, that whole entire chain just fucking doubled, tripled. I've been doing it every day. All right, well, do whatever you want now. It's free. They really rocketed. That's it. I sold out at 100%. Now they're at 300, 400. I still have one more set left, but here we are. Paying, see, and there you go. Then you could pay the plug. You don't got to flex on it. See, you broke both rules, Kevin. You look at it. He pumped it later and then told you how much he made. The other guy just paid me. So yeah, but that's why though. This is why, unfortunately, I don't offer all of this for free anymore, because like, you see how people troll with it? I'm genuinely trying to give you guys the keys to the universe. That yeah, just people play around, man. People play around. That was a money one, dog. Y'all playing with the boy. You know that? Y'all really playing with the homeboy. That's crazy. But yeah, oh, I put up the stream alerts. So yeah, we have the stream alerts pre-order, $10,000. So there you go. There's only 3 spots available. So have fun. But yeah, other than that, we wait till the whole community gets on board in the right way. So that could take some time. Beautiful, bro. All right, I took another set of the Ion Q. They just dropped. They just went 500%. All right, well, that's my hitter for the day. All we needed was one. Oracle below 300. Well, that one wasn't on the list this morning, was it? Yeah, let me see. Let's find out. No, this one wasn't even on the list this morning. That's what I'm saying. I went through the list plays. I did my checks there, and then there's only one that I took. It didn't work as well for now. And then I went to the calendar, and then I went to look for any other events, and then I found that. That's why I was like, oh shit, I hate Ion Q. It's dog shit. But I know a catalyst is coming. APP. MO's coming up too. When was the last time we had like a value rotation? I guess yesterday. Tell me why he ain't nothing but a heartache. Tell me why. MP. Oh, that could be one of the front runs. Something to think about. Stream alerts cost 10K. If you really want it, because I don't want to, we've closed it down for the last several months now, and people keep asking me. So I wanted to make sure you had an option. But yeah, otherwise it'll be at a normal price of one day. Which calendar, unfortunately, is the one I have. So I don't know how to access this information publicly. Trump admin launching pilot program to speed deployment of flying air taxis? Isn't that Joby, or am I tripping? Yeah, these contracts are terrible. But yeah, they're saying speed up the other thing. Pay the plug, baby. Thank you, my friend. What the hell? Yeah, they're saying, I just saw that. U.S. Department of Transportation admin looking to pilot program to speed up deployment of flying air taxis. But Joby, none of them are moving. Boeing is dying. Ion Q, bro. Are you kidding me? 8%? Yallah, Habibi. I only got a couple more left, but dude, they were dirt cheap. I'm down. Oh, can I get rid of those? Yeah, we'll see if Joby Uber moves. If not, might be a little shitty. Lolo Lamont. Oh, I still have one more WBD. You might hear about that one too towards the end of the day. I still hate them. I might just hold it. That one's still up 1,000%, surprisingly. I just got it really cheap. We haven't heard much on materials. I was looking at those this morning. I would have liked one. Pay the plug, eh? I appreciate you guys. Thank you for following the rules, and thank you for, you didn't have to pay the plug, but you did, so I appreciate it. And thank you for not, breaking the rules. That's a very good way to show you benefited off of it without making it, distracting or triggering other emotions or influence, because that's not what we're trying to do. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate it. UNH. Okay, UNH again. I mean, remember from yesterday. Okay, I got rid of a Dow play from yesterday. They were slightly up. I just don't want it to go. IonQ on the high. Look at that. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you. But I hope that helped. I mean, I didn't think we were going to have as much opportunity this morning, but I think we got the fucking runner. Just like that, baby. Just like that. That was dope. I still watch CNC. That's the other one I want. And then the one from the other one today, though, hasn't hit. Yeah, none of those have. All right. So now we wait. Rigetti is crazy. I'm sure it might be, but I hope you guys see. That's why, that's now just going to run, but it's running later. Think about it. All the people who missed IonQ, they're going to move to the other one. You see what I'm saying? I want you guys to understand it. That's why I'm telling you at some point when you bring it up at the wrong time, the opportunity is just completely different. We're up several 100% now just by being there and knowing it. By being a little bit ahead. We just had to have one little edge, and we had it clearly. So, but that's why I'm saying, you can now if you really wanted to go chase this stuff, but that's less optimal. That's what you have to, that's what I was trying to explain to you guys with Open Door. I had people unfollow me, and you guys think I'm talking shit, where I'm just you guys aren't getting it, bro. There's a dynamic, a risk reward. Every minute goes by, every day, it's changing the probability. It's changing something. So if you're not aware of that, I mean, I think it could lead you to terrible plays. Versus having plays that are, 1,000% potential almost every single time. Pay the plug. No, you all hit that. You had to have. I was very clear with that. There wasn't. I said there was only a few contracts on that chain, so they all they're 400% or 500% on the bid now. That's money, bro. I should have kept it. I did make it. If you don't notice, I make them free right away because I just want my money back. That's it, because I'm taking zero risk. So now I'm using my edge, taking my info, getting the edge off the info, and then I'm getting all of my money back right away. So that's it. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, I might make less, but bitch, I ain't losing. That's the goal. And that is exactly what we want. So yeah. But then now look at Rigetti, it's up 13. But remember, the catalyst was IonQ, and we knew the investor day. But now again, we got 10% on the equity, bro. So even if you played shares, you would have made a fucking decent amount. Fire. So yeah, man, I hope I'd be cool. I hope we could get back to the plays one day, but that's gonna be in your guys' court, and you're gonna have to help me out. Because again, I've discovered something with options. Let me put it this way. I have a whole video I could make that I've never made. You guys think you know everything I've shared with you on options. That's what I'm trying to tell. I've learned something new, if you couldn't tell. So I look forward to sharing it one day, but like I learned last time, if it's going to destroy the world, I'm not going to share it. Because I've shared a lot of earnings or options glitches and kind of how they worked over the last, 7 years or so. But like I'm saying, it turns into paywalls, it turns into scammers and stealers and all these other stuff. I'm confirming it now. It's getting there. I'm kind of worried about the ripple effect. That's kind of what I've been worried about a lot this year. But that's why. So let's work together, Chad, and get this here. But I'm operating off the same info you hear. So I may not be telling you my new strategy, but I'm using the same input that you are all hearing. Do you understand? So you can't complain. I'm genuinely operating off of the same source that you are. That's what's crazy about it. The reason why you're up almost $100 grand, but can you buy this $10,000 stream alerts then? Because like I said, I shouted out everybody who, they paid the plug. They were very respectful. It's simple, bro. If you listen and you're here, you're going to make a lot of fucking money. That's it. So you don't need to tell everybody. And that's why I'm saying it's just I appreciate those who have done it respectfully and are upholding the community and the standards so we can lead to a better environment to share. But yeah, you guys flexing, breaking the rules to tell me you made money. I hope you made money. You should have. So that's why. But yeah, you could buy the stream alerts. That'd be a 10% tithe. All right, and SPY hasn't gone anywhere. You see that? Bro, IonQ, I'm mad now. The 600 on the bid, but dude, I could have just held the first set. I just wanted my 100 real quick. That was beautiful. That was the one for the day. We might get lucky with another one, but that's what I'm saying. Usually, you get your 1 or 2 off the first hour. That one was it. My other one didn't hit. I took a third play. That one hit for now, but you can make it free at 25%. China MOFCOM releases statement on TikTok. Check Oracle. Issue will be reviewed in accordance with the law. Even if you were a little too quick, it doesn't matter. This is what I've been trying to tell people from the beginning of the year. We're hitting these every fucking week, at least. I think every day, but at minimum, you're going to get once a week. You're going to get one, even when it's slow. So that's why I keep telling you, even from yesterday, when some of you are like, oh, I missed it, you can't care about it. Because then you're not going to see the next one clearly. I'm being dead ass serious too. So that's it. All you got to do is just keep moving. We have so much opportunity, you guys. It's disgusting. I've been yelling it from the rooftops. So that's why it's even if you felt like you sold too early, maybe you watched me and you didn't get it, don't worry about that. I'm telling you. That's why that's what I'm saying. Then they want to bring up Rigetti at a less optimal time to you. No, that's not it. That's what I'm saying. So it's don't worry, bro. That one, you got to see it very clear, but every ding, I'm doing this every day. So, and a lot of people are. So you don't have to worry about it. But if you do lead to chasing, you're going to make a poor decision. Your mind isn't going to calculate it correctly because now you're going off of your back foot thinking you missed something when the next one's already on the way, brother. So just be patient, let it work. If you missed it, you missed it. That's why I keep saying Men in Black. Yep. Stare into the pen and forget it. All right, SPY though again. And then you have the China comments. I actually haven't done anything with K-Web today. Equal weight not moving as much. NASDAQ, the leader. SPY barely green going up. And then Dow and Russell, those are the ones in the red. 3 minutes till top of the hour. It's crazy how it moved when there's no news. I know. And nobody knew. And that's the thing you guys got to realize. If I didn't share it with you, a lot more people wouldn't have known about that. So that's another impact. And that's what sucks too, because it changes my model. Because the moment I share things with you guys, it changes everything. That's a downside, believe it or not. That's what happened on that one option play a week or two ago. And I told you, I noticed it on the chain. I gave that strike price and then it fucked it up. Because then it priced something new and then that fucked with the computers. So yeah, I think that changed it a little, but that was like news without news. That was like the setup. So it was fascinating, but it did change a little bit off of that. Where's Roblo? Apple's coming up too, and then Circle or Oracle on the low. Either Investor Day or didn't they have earnings on Arista? And then the SPY kind of ran up. I think that was Apple. It has to be Apple, Nvidia, Google or something. Surprisingly, I think it's Microsoft and Apple right now. Oh yeah, blue hair data, 20 seconds. It's not going to do anything. You'll get a reaction, don't get it twisted, but zero material impact on rates, economy. It doesn't mean shit. It has nothing to do with credibility or not. They're already uncredible, so I don't think it could affect credibility. And bonds are already fucking destroyed today. They're just giving back some of the front run. Knee, Oklo, there it is, 12 month. 51.8, 5-year expectations 3.9. I think that's lower. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, oh no, higher. So they had it at 3.5. It went up. Yeah, no, it went higher. Both of them went higher. So it was bad. But like I'm saying, let's see how the market wants to respond. So the blue hairs think 5-year, and 1-year inflation is going to be slightly higher than last month. And then consumer expectations dropped 51.8 versus 55. Current conditions barely went up, so that was a slight beat. And then just preliminary overall gauge was a miss, 55.4 versus 57. JD on the low now too, and China. Wow, a new Chad? Congratulations, brother. That's amazing. Get him a long term. Get him a long term. Woo! Everyone keeps saying TOS. I've heard that a lot today. Wells Fargo. Peace guy, alright. Tesla pop, S-bet. Oh, where's that? Oh, I got rid of the 3Ms yesterday. Damn. Those would have killed it. It is what it is. Pepsi arm. They said they arrested the shooter this morning. Donald Trump went live on like a show. They said that the father turned him in. But yeah, I don't. They kept saying it this morning too. They were saying it doesn't show signs of coordination, but I think they're lying about that. I think they don't want that to be known, but I think there's a lot of coordination. I don't think like it's not as serious in the sense of like I don't think it's like a government coordination. I just think like on a low society level, I think there's a lot of people that were willing to protect that dude in allowing this to for him to be on the manhunt this long. But yeah, I don't think they want people to. I think just for safety, public sake, easier to say, and they don't want people to think it's like people are working and helping each other, because that's terrible. UNH is going now. Remember those cheapies? They don't fucking move. But the ones, there's another, I will have another sweet spot on that. Actually, no, one of them did go up. Fuck. So yeah, some of those UNH cheapies are actually moving. GCTK, IonQ still up. That was great. I know CNC, I think you need to get above like 3% for the option to move. But I like it a lot. But we talked about that one on the watch list too. Summit, they had insider buy this morning. That one was on the list. So that one just gapped up and now it's starting to move. That was AM. And then again, more UNH. Like I said, there's nothing else on the calendar for you. Lucid is the only other one, but I don't think Lucid is gonna Lucid doesn't have the same hype. Oh, Otis, you guys told me about the elevators. That's at the Bell today. Okay, UNH2. Why? Yeah, CNC might just go up with UNH. So, yeah, because UNH starting to run. And there it is. Like I'm saying, those cheapies on UNH are starting to wake up. Everybody into CNC. And then bonds, too. So, remember, we just got consumer sentiment data. It was bad. It was actually a little worse than the last couple months, but no one really cares. Oh yeah, Tesla's been going all day. Watch even gold too. I mean, if bonds could get a bid, that'd be good. So far, we haven't done anything. I was expecting gap up and then sell off, or like we said, the melt up. So at this point, it's either going to turn into a slow melt, or we still need like a up or down move and then pin. So I still can't tell. And then it's all small. Russell's moving the biggest right now, 0.5. Nazi's still barely up a quarter, and SPY's just flirting with break even right now. Ethereum's starting to move right now as well. Equal weight ain't move in 30 minutes, an hour. Nibis on the low. DDD. E-Hang and some of the China names. Okay, more UNH too. Apple. All right, that's going to be your lead there. You had Microsoft too. I mean, NVIDIA and the other ones are kind of dragging, but if those start to go, then that's it. That'll help lead it. Even check Google too. Remember them the last couple days. But Apple's actually doing pretty hot. I don't know if there's any news on it. Oracle on the low, SPY going up, a couple of healthcare names coming up too. And then BMNR, all the crypto plays are moving. More Rigetti, now J&J and AstraZeneca. Hold on. Couple value plays. Yeah, AZN running, and then J&J, BMY. I don't know. There might be news. Even Procter & Gamble. Again, more Apple as well, too. MDT, medical device. All right. I don't see anything on those two. It's like AstraZeneca, Procter & Gamble, J&J, and then MDT. There's some overlap. But those are moving a couple of energies right now. I mean, Dow and Russell still red. NASDAQ didn't really move that much. And then Apple is being a driver. Then there's more of those quantum plays. Yeah, bro. J&J, now Cigna. That's the next one. It was UNH first. AstraZeneca, too. I feel like we're getting something. Oh shit, bro, my chat is frozen. Oh shit. Yeah, bro, refresh your chat. Ah! Yeah, my whole thing is lagging right now. But something's going on with these names. Robinhood on the low. Check Cigna, AstraZeneca, and then J&J. Yeah, bro, mine really got stuck. Is it working now? Yeah, I had to refresh it. Utah rifle was found, a Mauser 306. Let's see.
Everyone who worked together in such a short amount of time to find this person and to bring justice. I want to thank the public who has been so engaged, reviewing videos, helping us with sending in tips, and helping us get to this point.
Tassie.
I want to thank the family members of Tyler Robinson who did the right thing in this case and were able to bring him into to law enforcement as well. I especially want to thank the family of Charlie Kirk, Erica, Charlie's parents, his children. I want us to be thinking of them as we bring justice in this case. They will be involved in that justice. We will be working very closely with them as we move through this process as well. This is a very sad day for our country, a terrible day for the state of Utah, but I'm grateful that at this moment we have an opportunity to bring closure to this very dark chapter in our nation's history. With that, I will now turn the microphone over to the Director of the FBI, Kash Patel.
Thank you, Governor. This is what happens when you let good cops be cops. The FBI and our partners are proud to stand here today together to bring justice to the family of Charlie Kirk and honor his memory. I want to express my deep gratitude to President Trump, the Vice President, and the entire White House who have been so incredibly supportive with both resources and just personally to the FBI as a team. They had our backs the entire way, and I just want to express my gratitude for giving us the resources we need to operate in this space to bring this sort of justice at this sort of speed. In 33 hours, we have made historic progress for Charlie. Governor Cox, our partnership has been absolutely incredible these last few days. Our partnership will endure. Your state and local partners, your sheriffs, your DPS community has been unbelievably impressive in the hardest of times. And a case like this cannot be solved, cannot be brought without partnering with your state and local authorities. The FBI has a certain role to play, and we will play that role, and we will lead out for the federal government. But Governor Cox, we are so grateful for your state partnership that led out on this investigation. A little bit of the timeline. Charlie was shot at 12:23 p.m. on Wednesday. The first FBI agents arrived on scene in 16 minutes with chiefs of police at 12:39 and secured the scene. The FBI immediately launched fixed-wing assets. We utilized these assets to transport personnel, specialty technicians, hostage rescue teams. We also utilized these assets to go back and forth from the East Coast and here in Utah to transport forensic evidence and other evidence that will be analyzed and is being analyzed at our FBI laboratories in Quantico and other laboratories, including the ATF. At my direction, the FBI released the first set of FBI photos of the suspect at 10 a.m. local time on 9/11. Then, shortly thereafter, the FBI reward of $100,000 was released at 10:45 a.m. local. Myself and Deputy Director Bongino arrived on the scene at approximately 5:30 p.m. on 9/11. The governor led a press conference last night at approximately 8 p.m. where, at my direction, the FBI released a never-before-seen video of the suspect. We also released new images to the public of the suspect. And just last night, the suspect was taken into custody at 10 p.m. local time. In less than 36 hours, 33 to be precise, thanks to the full weight of the federal government and leading out with the partners here in the state of Utah and Governor Cox, the suspect was apprehended in a historic time period. And I want to highlight what Governor Cox said. This would not have been possible without you, the media, and you, the public. That's why we went so public, so fast, and we're so transparent, and we're committed to that transparency. The crime scene, just a little bit there. It is a large crime scene. State and local authorities, along with federal authorities, processed that crime scene quickly. And I even had the ability to walk through that crime scene and walk through the steps the suspect took to learn more about what was needed and what resources we needed to bear to create a full picture for the FBI and leadership back in Washington. Furthermore, thankfully to state and local partners, forensic evidence has been seized and continues to be garnered. Forensic evidence has already been evaluated at FBI laboratories in Quantico and state and local authorities here. We will continue to process evidence as we see it, as we collect it, and we will continue to deliver to Governor Cox and his team.
Okay, you're coming back down. I don't know if this is Apple or everything else, but
excuse me, 7,000
leads.
We
could get a big move. That maybe
that's
our flush.
Thanks to your great work, we have over 11,000 leads that were called in to the FBI, and we are running out every single lead that we can. Every one of those leads will be run out. The arrest is a testament to the dedication of good law enforcement being great, and partnerships in law enforcement, which I've tried to highlight as my tenure as the director of the FBI. There is no better relationship.
The news, I don't know, but I would take your profit.
To partner with state and local authorities, and you
I still have some, but I've taken most of the profit. It's up, dude. It's like 700% on the bid right now.
Along with our offices in LA,
so,
Phoenix, Denver, San
even without
Antonio,
the
Las
news,
Vegas,
you won if you
Pittsburgh,
make
Buffalo,
if you pay yourself.
Our headquarters component in Quantico all participate in the FBI. I want to express my deep gratitude to the employees of the FBI, the men and women, the evidence response team tacticians, the special operators, the agents, the support staff. You have done monumental work in historic time when the public, who had a right to demand such an expeditious solving of an investigation, the FBI answered that call diligently, critically important to our nation, and we delivered. And I'm proud to be their leader, and I'm proud to be the director of the FBI. This is a very...
And to put this in context, let's look at our 10,000 physical qubit device.
It's already on.
This is our 2027 roadmap target.
So yeah, your IonQ thing is already on.
If you take those 10,000 physical qubits and assume they're in a competitor's device,
so we just got it before. We got it right as it started.
And you assume
none of the thing hits the wires because it's all a small
quantum error
play.
correction. Those 10,000 physical qubits.
I don't really care. So I already made my money. You should be smart with it, and yeah, you're welcome.
You have the watch, and I'll see you in Valhalla.
Thank you, and good morning. I would just like to take a few minutes as the sheriff to express my gratitude for everybody who has played a part in this investigation. As you know, it's been a vast, a complicated, and a very, very fast-paced investigation. You're looking at people standing up here who are running on, if they got an hour's sleep in the last couple of days, they're probably lucky. It has been very taxing. It has been so impressive, speaking on behalf of the local law enforcement, to see the cooperation that we've seen in this type of case. Across the state, sheriffs, chiefs, our state partners have stepped up and have come to the call on anything that we needed. Our county chiefs have been phenomenal. Our Utah County Attorney, Jeff Gray, who's standing up here with us, has been phenomenal in leading us through this investigation. I would like to thank the federal government for their resources, their assets. Our local team here, our FBI team, has been extraordinary in helping us work through this and bring this person to justice. Most of all, I would like to thank the public, and specifically, I would like to thank the public who turned to prayers and who turned to positiveness for us. I would like to thank them on behalf of the law enforcement community, because we needed those prayers. That's what we needed to get through this. We needed your support, and you gave it to us. We needed your patience, and you gave it to us. And I would like to thank you for the Kirk family, because that's what they need, is your support and your prayers, and that will get us through all of this. So thank you, everybody, for everybody that have stepped up. We've had such a phenomenal response to this. Thank you.
I also want to give a special thanks to the Attorney General and the Department of Justice. Their unwavering support and their commitment to justice is shown true here. And without AG Bondi and Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche and the resources they brought to bear, we would not have been able to complete our mission. And I just want to say special thanks. It's an honor to be a part of the Department of Justice.
Thank you again to our incredible law enforcement team who has worked so hard. Sheriff, I got a solid 90 minutes last night, so I'm probably the most well-rested
MDT
person
doing
up
it
here.
again. Bigger volume. It's only 1%.
Gentlemen, I get the microphone, so I hope you'll permit me a moment just to share a few more thoughts about where we are and how we got here, and maybe a little bit of where we go from here. I don't want to get too preachy, but I think it's important that we, with eyes wide open, understand what's happening in our country today. I've heard people say, well, why are we so invested in this? There's violence happening all across our country, and violence is tragic everywhere, and every life taken is a child of God who deserves our love and respect and dignity. This is certainly about the tragic death, political assassination of Charlie Kirk. But it is also much bigger than an attack on an individual. It is an attack on all of us. It is an attack on the American experiment. It is an attack on our ideals. This cuts to the very foundation of who we are, of who we have been, and who we could be in better times. Political violence is different than any other type of violence for lots of different reasons. One, because in the very act that Charlie championed of expression, that freedom of expression that is enshrined in our founding documents, in having his life taken in that very act, makes it more difficult for people to feel like they can share their ideas, that they can speak freely. We will never be able to solve all the other problems, including the violence problems that people are worried about, if we can't have a clash of ideas safely and securely. Especially those ideas with which you disagree. That's why this matters so much. Over the last 48 hours, I have been as angry as I have ever been. as sad as I have ever been. And it was, as anger pushed me to the brink, it was actually Charlie's words that pulled me back. I'd like to share some of those. And specifically right now, if I could, I need to talk to the young people in our state, in my state, and all across the country. As President Trump reminded me, he said, you know who really loved Charlie? The youths. And he's right. Young people loved Charlie, and young people hated Charlie. And Charlie went into those places anyway. And these are the words that have helped me. Charlie said, when people stop talking, that's when you get violence. He said, the weak can never forgive. Forgiveness is the attribute of the strong. The only way out of the labyrinth of suffering is to forgive. Welcome without judgment, love without condition, forgive without limit. He said, always forgive your enemies. Nothing annoys them so much. A few months ago, I referenced this last night, Charlie posted to social media, when things are moving very fast and people are losing their minds, it's important to stay grounded. Turn off your phone, read scripture,
Yeah, bro. No finish
spend time with friends, and remember, internet fury is not real life.
Amen, bro. Radical
It's going to be
forgiveness,
okay.
Radical standard. I've told you guys,
He
amen.
again said, when you stop having a human connection with someone you
Amen.
disagree with, it becomes a lot easier to commit violence. He said, what we as a culture have to get back to is being able to have a reasonable agreement, where violence is not an option. Now, again, to my young friends out there, you are inheriting a country where politics feels like rage. It feels like rage is the only option. But through those words, we have a reminder that we can choose a different path. Your generation has an opportunity to build a culture that is very different than what we are suffering through right now.
IBM dumping and then Ethereum
Not by
and
pretending
Tesla on the high.
differences don't matter, but by embracing our differences and having those hard conversations. I think we need more moral clarity right now.
Amen.
I hear all the time that words are violence. Words are not violence. Violence is violence. And there is one person responsible
Joe B will part. It's not moving. It's
for
got
what
the headline.
happened here. And
They
that
might do it
person
later,
is
so
now in
keep eyes
custody
on it.
and will be charged soon and will be held accountable. And yet all of us have an opportunity right now to do something different. I want to thank my fellow Utahns. You know, this bad stuff happens. For 33 hours, I was
Bro,
I was
that
praying
IOQ, dog.
that
That's it. That's gonna do 1,000
this had to
now
happen
soon.
here, that it wouldn't be one of
God
us.
is good, baby.
That somebody
So I hope you got
drove
paid off
from
of
another
it. Do
state,
something with it.
somebody came from another country. Sadly, that prayer was not answered the way I had hoped for. Just because I thought it would make it easier on us if we could just say, hey, we don't do that here. And indeed, Utah is a special place. We lead the nation in charitable giving. We lead the nation in service every year. But it did happen here.
Bro, you could just tell this guy's heartbroken, man.
And it was one of us.
It's honestly refreshing to be like because I feel him, and I usually don't feel any
I want you to look at how
politicians.
Utahns reacted the last 2 nights.
Like everybody's usually so much more.
There was no rioting.
Yeah. Or they say they
There's no
read off a
looting.
screen, but
There were no cars set on fire.
yeah, man, I feel.
There's no
this guy.
violence.
IBM still dropping
There were-
right now.
There were vigils and prayers and people coming together to share the humanity. And that, ladies and gentlemen, I believe is the answer to this. We can return
Sadly,
violence
I don't
with
know his name,
violence.
but I don't
We can
think
return
I
hate
will
with
forget
hate.
it after this speech.
And that's the problem with political violence, is it metastasizes. Because we can always point the finger at the other side. And at some point we have to find an off-ramp, or it's going to get much, much worse.
Oh, amen.
But see, these are choices that we can make.
Just what's happened the last day,
History will
bro.
dictate
Like,
if this is a turning point for our country.
Yeah, this doesn't sound like a politician, dude.
But every single one of us gets to choose right now if this is a turning point for us. We get to make decisions. We have our agency. And I desperately call on every American, Republican, Democrat, liberal, progressive, conservative, MAGA, all of us to please, please, please follow what Charlie taught me. I'll just conclude with with words I share often from a friend, an author Yuval Levin, who was asked if he was optimistic about our country, and he said, "I'm not optimistic." He said, "I hate optimism." Like, that sounds bad. But he said, optimism is a vice. It's this idea that good things are just going to happen. And he said, in the history of the world, good things have never just happened. He says, I'm not optimistic, but I am hopeful. And hope is the virtue that sits between the vices of optimism and pessimism. Hope is the idea that good things are going to happen because we can make them so.
Amen.
I still believe in our country.
Amen.
And I know Charlie Kirk believed in our country.
Amen.
I still believe that there is more good among us than evil.
Amen.
And I still believe that we can change the course of history. I'm hopeful.
Amen.
Because Americans can make it so. Ladies and gentlemen, we're happy to answer any questions you might have.
God bless that man. God bless all of you. Listen to that. Hell yeah. Heaven yeah, bro.
I cannot speak to that right now.
So I'm saying, bro.
Well, I will leave that up to you to interpret what those engravings mean. I think the clearest one that says "catch fascist."
We all do. Every single one of you.
And by the way, that's like catch like a ball, catch this.
Rich, poor, it doesn't
I think
matter.
that
you have
speaks
to really
for itself.
do it.
Please. There's nothing more that we can share at this time. Yeah, please.
Discord. Remind me about Discord.
We do not at this time have any information that would lead to any additional arrests.
Discord keeps coming up.
Yes.
Very weird.
But the investigation is ongoing.
Nike is on the low. MSTR on the high. Yeah, Nike kind of flushing a little bit on volume. Still under
yes,
2.
so right now, Mr. Robinson has been booked into the Utah County Jail. You heard the president this morning report that he was taken into custody, that his family and a friend helped to deliver him into custody of law enforcement in Washington County. For those of you that don't know where Washington County is, it is the southwesternmost part of the state of Utah. It's about a 3.5 to 4 hour drive from here, where we are right now, and that's where he lived and where they turned him in. Please, I'll go here. I can't share any more than what I've already shared. Yeah.
Kenview, remember they got washed last Friday on the Tylenol shit.
So how we obtained the gun was found here. So I don't have much more details on that. We do know that he drove. We had his car here on campus, and then we had his car going south back to the St. George. It's actually the city of Washington in Washington County.
Is he talking with authorities, and did he discuss a motive?
I'm sorry? We don't have any information that would lead us to believe that. Yes, in fact, it was just released. Yes.
Did he discuss a motive?
I can't answer that right now. Yeah, thank you. Over here. I absolutely believe that this is a watershed in American history, yes. The question is what kind of watershed?
Hey, the plus support in the
that
chat
chapter
has
remains
helped
to
me
be
get
written.
through
Is this
some
the
rough
end
times.
of a dark chapter
My
in our
brother,
history,
the Lord
or the
is with
beginning
you, man. He's
of
with all of
a
us.
darker chapter in our
So,
history?
I hope you also
if you
realize
look
that.
at true political assassinations
that's what
in
I was
this
saying
country
yesterday, man.
of someone
Some
of
of
this stature,
y'all have done it.
This feels a lot like the late 60s.
You made the choice already.
And having one
this
so gruesomely displayed
you let words
on
affect you
camera
positively.
in all of our hands and in all of our pockets.
I appreciate
we
you,
are not
and I
wired
wanna
as
see
human
more.
beings biologically. We've seen another one with a gruesome stabbing very recently that went viral. This is not, that is happening, and it's happening organically right now. Had a friend in a small city in Utah who said, we're getting together, the Republicans and Democrats in my little town are getting together to have a discussion last night, just to find a way to find their better angels. So yes,
I think I have an answer
could be. I mean, you know, again, you have to go back
Wait
to
till Philo. What he
JFK
just said kind
to
of
have
relates to
seen
Philo today.
a video live of something like this happening. I wasn't born until 1975, but I know that things were really dark in the late 60s. Sorry to some of you. I know some of you were there, but this is our moment. Do we escalate, or do we find an off-ramp? And again, it's a choice. It's a choice, and every one of us gets to make that choice. Two more questions right here.
Clarify that the release of those enhanced images at 8 p.m. the timeline that Director Patel gave us led to the arrest at 10 p.m. Is there a direct connection between those two events?
I cannot comment if there is a direct connection or not, but all I can say is that that through some process, the family came to know that this had happened.
One more thing, Governor. Could you just clarify the clothing issue you mentioned earlier? Was he changing outfits?
Correct. Yes. So when he's first spotted on campus, he has different clothing on, and then he changes clothing on the roof, and then changed back into that clothing at some point, so that when he was apprehended, when he was arrested, the clothing matched the clothing he had on before the shooting here at UVU.
Dog,
Last
if
question
you're a
here.
real
Yes.
human and hear my words and make it real, bro, it's priceless. You have no idea, man. I've been saying it.
Yeah.
People think
a
badge gets them something.
I don't have any information on the mental illness part. He was not a student
don't
here
matter,
at
bro.
UVU.
It's all of y'all,
was
your
living
future,
and
purpose.
had lived for a long
Realizing
time
that's
with his
important.
family in Washington
All
County.
of you
in
become a
Southwest
light
Colorado.
to this
Thank
world,
you, everyone,
brother.
for your great work in
So,
getting this information out.
I
would just say
that's
process-wise, this may be
I
important.
can't put a
I know
number
many
on
of you
that,
aren't
man.
familiar with the process
So,
in Utah.
thank
I
all
think
of
it's
you.
important
We'll
that
do
you
it, bro,
understand
for
that. Basically, we have 3 days for charging documents to be filed. A CI will be filed. We'll have more information then, more detailed information as those charging documents are filed in preparation for a preliminary hearing. So 3 days. So we would anticipate then that early next week those charging documents will be filed. We will obviously be working. The county attorney will be working very closely with Mr. Kirk's family as those documents and decisions are prepared and made. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you. Yeah, man. I love that. That was beautiful. So God bless. And I agree. I was just telling you guys, even when we did the farm, and ironically, the farm is like meeting people up. I told you, man, real community, and we need a revival. We need to make some choices. But I was telling y'all, man, I do, and you see it with the Chad. We should have the highest standard possible, but you should have radical forgiveness, and you should be, loving in that sense. So I like that a lot. I really did. And all of y'all, man, that's what I'm saying. I said it yesterday. Even people who've had disagreements, or again, maybe you've been very rude even, but you never took it over like a certain point. And that's what I'm saying. And even those of you who have just listened and applied it to your life positively, God bless you as well, man. Because you guys took action. You made the words real. And that's what I'm saying is you made a choice. And you still chose. And at some point, some of you chose to have a limit, and God bless you. Others of you chose to take it seriously and get active, and that gave you your fruit. So, but choice is, and like he said, bro, and all of us, I think all of us, and I hope this event really wakes everybody up to why we need to make some real choices constantly and consistently, and you choose good or evil. And if you're not choosing good, and if you're not choosing the light and to build in the light and be for good and love, like really love, I don't care what you say, like really love, then it's going to be darkness. It's going to be evil. And unfortunately, it's like a lot of this, I think we've gotten here passively. You know, I don't think people are bad people more often than not. I really think the evil is just like a few people. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I think more humans, more people, the average person is just like, you don't got that in you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't trying to cause shit, hurt people. It's like, it's really, it's just like a small portion, but they cause a lot of harm and they cause a lot of damage. So that's why, man, I just think constantly choose and keep your eye on the ball, bro. Just good, light, and keep it that way. So God bless all of y'all, man. And that's why I say money doesn't matter. I'm telling you, you know, so thank you for your donation, and don't you ever feel weird about $1 ever. I love $1. You know, can't think of one way to make $1 million. Think of 1,000,000 ways to make $1. So there you go. We just made another millionaire. It's not that hard, but I do, like I'm saying, it's just the money concept, bro. I think the return is in real people and real change. That's what I've been trying to highlight, is that I don't think any of you, some of you might have had this experience. I don't know. Like, you feel good giving a homeless guy money. Like, really imagine taking a homeless person to a career, to a house. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's ways that, and like I'm saying, even some of you who are like, bro, some of y'all were little demons. You know that? You know, and I love it because it goes to show this is what I am thankful for. Dude, there was Chads like, bro, your like usernames when you met me was like 666, every like dark shit, bro. Chads have told me this. Chads I've met, and they've given me heart to hearts, and it's like they were really in some dark shit, listening to the dark rap stuff, all just like they were very entertaining. A lot of dark things, and nothing in their life was pointing them towards, like, you know, live healthy, you can make money, do all these things, none of that. So, but now they're not. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's just a light, and now I see them, and now they're raising their families. It's just a different person. They're just like, literally 5 years ago they were like on some devil worship shit. Now they're on like, that they're just living a normal life, man, that they are proud of and that they're happy with, and like living, you know, just you could smile with it and just not have that weight. And that's what I'm saying is like, yeah, that's what I want more of, everybody. You know, I hope you weren't already into some really dark shit, but you know, you can that's the change. That's what's always worth it. So yalla, baby, yalla. Choose life, man. You hear what I'm saying? The liberals don't want to talk about our difference. They want to silence, and they want to. So I don't necessarily disagree with you, but I still love them. And I still want them to see the truth. Like, my sister annoys the fuck out of me, but like, you know, even for the sake of my mom too, it's like I want her to live happy and good. But then again, you see what I've done this year. That's why I told you I'm only going to tolerate objectivity. That is why at the beginning of the year, again, I said, if you guys, some of you have chosen your sides. And I don't think it's supposed to be about sides, but it's like, if you have already, you know, as I've been telling people, I'm like, man, we had a whole nother 5-year cycle, and if I haven't connected with you, and if all of the information and thought process and all this stuff hasn't like led to a material change, I just said it's time to move on. That's why I said I'm not going to tolerate I'm not going to tolerate like liberal talking points. You don't have to call it liberal. I don't even care if it's liberal or not. I don't really give a fuck. What I really care about is objectivity. That's what I said. Just make it objective, and that's fine with me. But if it's not objective, you're liable for it, and that's it. And if it's been around something there, so I think you have to watch what you interact with. I don't think you should waste your time, trying to save one person who doesn't want to. You should go city to city like Paul. But at the end of the day, it's like the door is always open. Every man is always worth saving, brother. Every liberal is always worth saving. Do you understand? Do you understand Charlie believed that? He really did. That's why he went there, to every university, to every college, and that's why he talked with people. Because the man is always worth saving. Doesn't matter whatever else. I may disagree with everything that man does, and I could even hold it to an objective moral standard in disagreement. But it does not change the validity of that person being worthy of light, saving, happiness, all those things. Again, you could ask the damn preamble if you really want. So, yeah, I think it's really important. But that's why I have my boundary, and it's going to be on objectivity. And that's why I've been saying that, though. You want it? Come get it. Let's do it. But I also, too, I don't want to help evil. And sadly, I just don't, and I don't want to lead harm, and I don't want to help harm. So if you do that, I think it doesn't matter liberal, Republican or not. Just do good. Live in the light. Well, it just sucks because, like I said, it's like liberals obviously come up in this discussion, and I think they do deserve a portion of blame. I really do. But that being said, I don't even think it's about liberals and not, as weird as that may sound. I just don't think I think this is everybody. Everybody got hit already. I've even been talking about it, and I'm like, oh, this affects everybody. I'm like, oh, what if it already happened? That's what I was thinking. I'm like, dude, it's already been set in motion now. That's it, the guy's dead. The guy's dead, and every motherfucker has just saw the image, a real image of him being slaughtered. That is in your head, in your psyche, in the media, and repeated and reality. It's already happened. So whatever you say coming out of your mouth next, even me talking to you now, I have seen that with my eyes. I have a different level of fear as most people, but still, it's already affecting people. This has already happened. That's why I'm like, wait a minute. We're like, whoa, everyone's going to feel unsafe. It's too late. Yeah, it already happened. So yeah, it's not, it's like people, that's why I think they want to stop this. And I even think they've already lied about some of the communication, because they want to prevent any more damage than not, because the damage is already done. You already feel less safe with any opinion. Why? Because they killed the guy with the opinion. We're not going back from that, dude. So that's why I was saying, it's like everybody, Republican, Democrat. Now the Republicans are looking at, you guys are looking at the transgender, and you're looking at every liberal, and vice versa. And now even the liberals are like, oh, they want to fuck us up now too. So it's already happened, dude. That violence and the violence impacting people and how they communicate and impacting their behavior, that's happened. It's gonna happen because it's already happened. Do you see what I'm saying? So that's where, like, even in the last day, I'm like, damn. Because even in my mind, I'm like, I've been communicating it like, oh, everyone gets affected. They get affected. And, like, it's like there's a future effect, which obviously there will be. But, oh, no, this something already just fucking happened, too. And you see it. You see, and like that's why I'm saying, bro, in a weird way, man, this ain't really about liberals. Obviously, we could blame them and find a way to blame them. But it's just, unfortunately, I think everybody feels the tension. no matter what, and you're not going back from that. And that's where people want to de-escalate the tension, or hopefully this opportunity has the equal seed to create, good and really end some of the nonsense and have real unity. But the tension over opinions in politics has been solidified by that, more or less. So, end rant, but here we are. RKLB. You donating your time for the many years. I have been, man, and I think it was well worth it. And I think it was for a reason we haven't even discovered yet fully. So that reminds me of the other thing I was going to tell you. Discord. So you guys heard them talking about the shooter in Discord. I was going to tell you about Nepal. Do you guys know what happened there? Like, there was the people, they killed the prime minister's wife, and they had a riot and they raided everything, but that's not what I'm talking about. Are you ready for this? Oh no, dude, this one's crazy. Do you know it was like a bunch of kids? It was a bunch of kids who started, it reminds me of the Egyptian revolution in 2014 or whatever, 2013. Bro, it was a bunch of kids. And are you ready for this? They used Discord to start a revolution. And then they used Discord, and then at the end of it, towards the middle of it, after people got killed and the leaders, they literally had a vote on Discord. And they voted a president. They picked an old dude from the 1990 revolution, and they said, he's our new president. And they nominated and voted for him via Discord. And the military recognized it and followed through with it and enacted the president that they voted for on Discord. This is real. Yes. So yeah, I think, Chad, in a fucked up timeline, you might be able to vote the next president. So, yeah, I don't know, but because again, that's crazy. The craziest one I saw was Egypt. Egypt revolution was with fucking SMS text messaging back in the day, and that started a revolution, and it toppled things, and that was insane. That was, again, more than 10 years ago. But yeah, that blew my mind. I said, what do you mean they voted? The military recognized the Discord vote, dog. That's insane, but that's real. That just happened in reality. So yeah, to some degree, man, I think you're important, Chad. And you may not know your purpose. I mean, for right now in safety, it's great. Your purpose is different. But if there was ever a wildness, I mean, that goes to just show, a certain group of people, they started a revolution and they voted for it. That's the wildest thing I've ever seen. So, but yeah, man, don't tell me you're not important. Don't tell me. That's what I'm saying. Don't tell me. I don't care if you have $1, my brother. Do you have your mind and your purpose? And that right there is, and ultimately love in your heart. But there's a lot of ways the world can change, and all of you will have your part in it. So that's what I'm saying. I hope it leads to good. I think all of you, at one point in your life, you're gonna touch the electricity box, the power, and I hope you use it for good. And that's what all of you should do. It was 2010. Yeah, I'm old, bro. Microsoftian.
for a crypto IPO than a traditional IPO, than a normal IPO and an IPO from a company in a different sector, because there is more of an incentive to court that retail audience, which might be people who will hold on for the long term. Ideally, you want to attract investors who are long term, who are going to support you for the long term.
There has been a healthy dose of crypto-related IPOs this year, but Anthony, you and the team have been writing about, even today alone, there's more breadth. There's a Blackstone-backed engineering company, there's BlackRock Coffee Bar, there's Via Transportation. To what degree of this is capital market animal spirits coming back, and this being the pace from here on out for IPOs?
Yeah, well, I think the subscription rates for all of these IPOs this week have been very encouraging for IPO bankers, but also companies looking to go public. So I think we're going to see more filings even today for companies who are going to go public over the next month or so. So we're going to have a pretty strong run into the end of the year here. But as you get more IPOs, the quality tends to get diluted somewhat. So there's always a risk that the performance of these IPOs gets diluted as well as we get more and more of them. And I think we could see sort of more mixed performances, and we even saw that already this week. That expecting companies to go up 100% or even more, 200% in the first day is not always a reasonable expectation.
But even if it goes up less than that, does it sustain that? We were talking about Klarna in the break. It priced its IPO at $40, ends the trading day at $45. That's up 14.5%, but it's fallen 7% over the past 2 days. Is this instructive to, yes, you could get that IPO first day pop, but being able to sustain it in a period of equity market, not necessarily volatility, maybe uncertainty is a little bit more difficult?
Well, I think certainly there's a feeling out there that a lot of the companies going public at the moment are getting very good valuations. And as you get more IPOs and better performance, the valuations that these companies can get gets higher and higher. So the bar gets higher and higher, and the potential upside once these companies go public does get reduced as well. So people just need to be a little bit careful about that. But obviously, companies, people want to look at the fundamentals of these companies and look at companies that are growing. And most of these companies are growing, or they have certainly the potential for high growth. But a lot of this is priced in at the IPO price when you get companies who are going public at valuations that are compared to the peers who have already had very strong performances. And then also, there's a lot of enthusiasm for IPOs that sort of goes beyond people who, it's by hedge funds and retail investors who may not necessarily be focused on the fundamentals. They may be more interested in the early momentum of these offerings.
I'm assuming especially for a company like Gemini, that's probably true. All right, Anthony, thank you so much for joining. We really appreciate Bloomberg's Anthony Hughes on the IPO Bonanza. All right, let's take a look at what's ahead for markets in the next week. For your trading diary on Monday, the Senate will be voting on Stephen Myron's Fed nomination. On Tuesday, August retail sales.
Popped. Let's see. It's kind of slowly turning melt up. It's very, very small. Russell and Dow still down. Yeah, long term. That was very nice to hear. I love the long term. Big fan. I haven't looked at the long term today, actually. It's your mama's B-Day! Oh, for Mrs. Bowen. Are you kidding me? Miss Bowen, happy birthday. Chad, can y'all say happy birthday to Nikki B's mom? She pulled up on the chat with us, and then she made the ultimate son. You have no idea, man. Without Nikki B, bro, horn! Oh, I love Nikki B. You have no idea. So thank you for creating such a gem, Miss Bowen. For real. I don't know if you're going to be around for Philo, but, on your birthday, you actually made it to Philo, Miss Bowen, because I did have something written down about parents. But I can't make it up. I could even post it. For real, you did good, and thank you. I thank you for the impact, and all of you too, man. I think on Miss Bowen's birthday, you guys, all you parents, bro, you have a real ass impact on your children. Don't ever forget that. Even the stuff you don't teach them, it's still, I think it does reflect, and that's why, man, we've always said, if your mama raised you well, we could clearly tell. I think Nikki B, I feel like that. He understood that from day one, and I think it's because his mama raised him well. Happy birthday. That's what I'm talking about. Amen. I loved it. I got hyped when I saw Miss Bowen. She said, we were hyped. We were just talking about how much we love Nick B. She said, that's my son. I was like, she's in the chat. So, amen, and happy birthday. And then another year for the long term. You know that. That's for every birthday. So, amen. I'm going to log in and see. What are we working with? Happy birthday from all of us to you. We wish it was our birthday so we can long term too. Hey. It's actually not going up as much, so it's a small day. But yeah. Yeah, there is a Twitter impersonator. There's a lot of those. So yeah, the best way to talk to me is here. So if you ever need to confirm something, just ask me in the chat. That's the best way. I'm only live in one place. I'm never gonna sell you a service that I tell you to give me crypto and deposit into this broker. Don't do that. Don't do that. No. David wants bidding war for media giant. Oh, this again? That's all, dude. I feel like that deal's still not gonna go through. I hate Paramount. Blech. I don't know, man. I don't think it's him. I think at this point I'm just going off of my dream, but I don't think that's the kid. I think it was the one kid who did the song on SoundCloud, and they're saying it's a different kid, but I don't think it's him. I'm telling you, I think he would be down taking the fall. I mean, think about it. The last guy who did something like that was just on a H&M model and became a celebrity. It's not as if, I don't know. But I don't think it's him. Because I was just seeing it when I was in the bathroom. I looked at Twitter. I keep seeing the other kid, or I keep seeing pictures of the kid that is in custody. And I don't think it's him. Yesterday there was a guy, and I think that guy watches the stream. Because this guy posted a song on SoundCloud, and then was like, "Oh, I had a dream about it." But then that guy has he matches up with everything. So I think it was. I don't know if it was him, but I just don't know. I don't think it was the guy they have in custody. I don't believe that. Yeah, I don't believe. So whatever the guy they're saying today, again, I could be wrong and I might be in disagreement with the president, but I just don't believe that's him. I don't think that's the right person. AMD ripping up right now. Well, hear me out, just as tinfoil's sake, or just like a thought exercise. Think about what I just told you. It's not even that. It doesn't even have to be sophisticated. Think about it. Well, I'm telling you. Oh, Mama B! I'm sorry, bro. Mama B, I'm about to get into deep tinfoil on your B-Day. So I don't know. Forgive me, but I love you and thank you. For real, though. Your son is amazing. You have no idea. I think you do have an idea, but he's had a real impact on me, and I hope I've had an impact on others, but my goodness, man, Nikki Bean, you have no idea. She knows. She knows him better than I do. No. See, you guys are jumping to crazy conspiracy theories. Just hear me out right now. Without blaming fucking Mossad or the deep state or anything. Just hear me out, okay? Hear me out. Just on some simple you just keep it really simple. Are you ready? The last guy that did an assassination murder that was really clearly wrong became a massive celebrity. So hypothetically, do you think it's that crazy then that if there was 5 to 10 people that agreed that Charlie Kirk should have been shot, that one of them would have been yo, I'm down? What is the downside of taking the fall if you're an idiot and you are also going to help your friend? Think about it. That's why I'm saying that's a societal consequence. Why am I saying this? It doesn't matter what happened today, yesterday. It doesn't matter about the fall guy, whatever it is. It's because of what happened with Luigi. That's what I'm talking about. So now you have both and then look at even Luigi guy, you saw half the world support him. So anybody choosing to, even the old guy standing up, all of these people, like, what? It's incentivized, motherfucker. It's not even like what's gonna happen if you take the fall? And there you have it. So I don't think it's even that deep. I just think that's why I keep saying, sadly, I just think too many people were probably too down to help the shooter. Does that make sense? It's not even like that complex. I'm not even like, it's just like, I think way too many people were way too down to be like, yeah, I'd help or I'd support. Like, again, you saw it in real time. Yeah, especially if you believed in your mind you were doing it for a good cause too. So yeah, but I just don't think it's him. I mean, sorry if I don't mean to cause confusion or anything. This is why I'm explaining to you my opinion and all of that. I obviously I could be wrong, but I just don't think it's him. I don't know. Yeah, exactly. Whoever steps forward, at least 30-40% are going to call you a hero. So what is the downside to somebody lying about being him? Even their whole family, if they were secretly didn't like it. But then that's when you start getting real conspiracy. It's just simple. Like I said, I think too many people were incentivized to like want to be a part of it because they're twisted. I mean, well, this is America. All right, man. You kind of melted up. We are flying through September. It's good too, so not too bad. Why would someone want to be famous in return? They're going to spend their life in prison. Oh man, the allure of fame, and then the behavior of humans. You would be surprised, but that doesn't seem like too much of a stretch to me, to be honest. You tell me. I think some of you may seem weird to you, but I mean, I did live in LA for a long time. So, so I don't know. I'm like, I could write you a whole fucking list of people that I actually genuinely think would trade their whole entire life for well-known notoriety or some level of being in a history book rather than, I'm telling you, especially this generation that would rather be right and regarded than profitable and productive. I genuinely don't believe that's too big of a stretch. I don't even think you could call it a mental illness. I would argue it's a deep motivation, for crying out loud. I think some people prioritize something very differently, and that could be why they may be sick. But yeah, it's not even, I don't know that, dude, you've seen a lot of people do stuff it's all internet, social media. You don't remember the first time when social media was out and then remember the first time you started watching people be dumb on purpose to get famous? You don't remember that? Little by little. I remember there was a there was a point before it, but you remember this. How many of y'all remember Boot Gang? Boot Gang! Do you remember what that was? Where you would run. Jackass was like Jackass was pre-social media. You get it. That was like early days. But now there's social media. That's when like the girl started just saying dumb shit. That girl would be like, Dr. Phil was part of it, sadly. But, you know, and they would be like, oh, my boyfriend beat me because he loves me. Like, they were trolling. That was to, like, garner outrage and get fame. That's when we noticed it. It was early, and then Boot Gang, and people would, like, go and steal shit just to, again, this guy would go and jack. He loves Jesus now. I like him, you know? But so you got to think about that. That's where it was like, you saw, like, people acting dumb and doing crazy, insane shit, rude shit, hurting others, being extreme for content. That's been there. And now it's evolved into rage bait to a different degree, but yeah. But it's like social media is kind of what started it. Yeah, man, there's a lot. That's what I'm saying. Like, people are, it's a very alluring thing. And yeah, a lot of kids, their career path, they want to be a YouTuber. So it's like, I don't know, man. People, then you've seen these people go to jail. They get documentaries. They get a lot, bro. So I don't know. I think sadly as a society we have terribly incentivized it. That's what I'm saying is the scary part. And it has nothing to do with, although it is with everything to do with what just happened, this was all leading into, this was well before, this was small bad decisions, just brick by brick, creating now a very big stronghold that is it's an incentive. That's what I'm saying. I don't even think some of these people are that evil. Even if you just go back to capitalism and rationalism, I just think, look at the incentive. Bro, even if some of you who are lonely and have no friends, and that's all you ever wanted, if you go and conform to certain ideologies, boom, you'll get rewarded. Again, if you went and you were like, oh, fucking, if you became instantly radicalized, either Republican or liberal right now, and you were lonely, and you went to somebody that was they would give you what you wanted. You see what I'm saying? You would find friends, but it'd radicalize you to a certain degree if you allowed it, or if you weren't really aware of it. So it's kind of crazy, bro. But now my mind is just racing in 20 different ways. But yeah, it's all, I don't even think at this point that's why I say it's not even Republican, Democrat anymore. Dude, there's the incentive structure of society. And that's what I'm saying. Like, you have incentivized very terrible behavior. You could get fame, notoriety, friendship, community. All you got to do is burn a Tesla. All you got to do is, you see what I'm saying? Give me 1 hour a day of just propaganda. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's it. And that's what I've said. I've said a lot of crazy shit over my years on the internet, and I'm grateful for my time and, the success and all the great people we've met. But, I've just reminded all of you, even this year, I said, I'm not going to let y'all be dumb. I'm not going to let y'all be crazy. I said, no religious, no over spiritualization. And you hear the stuff I say. I told you I'm not a prophet. I'm not trying to give you a fake community and say, oh, join, give me all of this. We call it a cult, but sadly, I think a lot more people have operated like a cult than us. And, and that's why it's like, yeah. So you moved a little. AstraZeneca, that was up earlier. I see NATO rut and then Tesla chair, AI autonomy front and center. Elon is the right CEO. But yeah, I don't think anything today won't even be that crazy. I don't think anything. We killed it on IONQ. Unless we get like a really breaking news one early, I don't think, unless you're just gonna chase anything already moving. But I think we're done for the day, bro. And some of you may not want to hear. Those plays are still up 500%. That was a killer, dude. So, other than that, though. Oh, my WBD. Dude, I have 8. No way. Woo! You're not going to believe me. But I'm pretty sure I'm up 18,000% right now. No, 30,000%. If I sell it right now. On that WBD, I kept one of them. Remember, yes, that was the 1,000%er. But yeah, I'm in the money now. Awesome. Wait a minute. Yeah. I mean, I only had a couple, so 30,000% is only going to make me like $30. So it's not that crazy. I tried to get a bunch of them, but it wouldn't. That was one of those yesterday. It didn't give me the full order. So. I just bought one of the cheap puts to lock it in. So instead of selling it, I bought a put. So then that way now, the put was so cheap and I'm up so much on it, I could get the put, so I could just I boxed it in. I boxed the market maker in. He gonna have to pay me something today. Sorry. Open door on the low. Oh, bonds. What the fuck? Yo. Yo. What the fuck is that? Bonds out of nowhere. I mean, there's no data. It's 8:15. 15 minutes ahead of Euro. What do you mean? So let's say I put in an order for 10 contracts. I could put in a limit order for 10 contracts. And then it only fills one of them at the price, and then the price changes. That's what I mean. Because that's what happened on that play. I had more than one. I just sold them all. But then it wouldn't, I only got one of them. Or I only got like a portion of what I have one left. A portion of what I wanted, and then it ran. So usually when that happens, it kind of confirms my idea, because then that means the computer wasn't down. Because sometimes you catch the computer it's a computer. You guys realize that most of the time it's a computer. That's why I don't appreciate when motherfuckers tell me it's pumping, and I think this year is highlighted to you. I could do it without anybody. Even the IONQ, I didn't even have to tell you the play exactly. You saw it in theory. It's because it's a computer. That's why if the computer, if he fucks up, bro, I could make him do whatever I want. I could make him give me all of it. Do you understand? So, but that's why sometimes only if you catch it off guard, or if you can process it before, and I can, we all can. There is a way to, depending on what it is. But yeah, so usually I say that's what that means because of that. Oh, wait, no, I have 2 of them left. Nice. Okay, so I got a decent amount of money. So yeah, like no exaggeration, like every $2 turned into $100. They fucked me, bro. That's why the percent gain is so much, though. It's just so low. MB. But yeah, that's why I was telling you, though. So in a weird way, you guys kind of fuck me up a little bit more. That's why I tell you, on some of the plays too much, when there's too much human interaction, that's different. You see what I'm saying? So the pumpers, they want human interaction because they're slanging dead shit that the computer won't even buy. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm just breaking the computer, my brother. Even as they upgrade it with AI, I'm going to break it again. God willing, the way, the truth, and the light, Jesus. So, but yeah, it's a computer. That's what I like. I like the computer. I don't like the humans. As crazy as that, I love you guys, but, humans are are the disrupting factor. But I'm not 1v1ing the computer. You could program it. That's what I'm telling you. Breaking Algo, starring Joshenberg. Are you Jesse Pinkman, Tim? Jesse Stockman? Jesse Pink Sheets? Welcome, Ty. Should we... It's too early for Philo, bro. It's not even Euro close. So, yeah, I mean, if I would like a big move today, but in a weird way, I think it's over. I mean, we got the IonQ. That was money. The other plays didn't really hit, though, unfortunately. So, but other than that, I don't... Even if we go down 100 points, I don't... Unless there's, like, we catch the 100 points down, you might have that opportunity. Or if it stays or melts up. Yeah, again, next week, and we're still in, like, the weird melt up. So if you do want to make a play, you should be thinking about the front run, and you should be thinking about Powell and rate cuts and what happens after that. So I don't think you're going to get any, like, crazy intraday unless we get, something breaking. But, yeah, like, you could get some of these moves here and there, but we don't know what they're off of. But like I'm saying, think about next week. Think real estate, Russell, everything that would get impacted, bonds, anything related to Powell and what happens after the rate cut. That right there, those are where you could position for. But then just make sure where they're moving now is actually optimal. It's weird. Equal weight is down, bro. So, I don't know. We might. I mean, 65, 88. You were just at 94. So you're close. Or we might go 65, 99. And then sell off. Tesla is now up 70% since Tim Walz celebrated. Somebody shorted it, right? There was one person in America who was like, I fuck with Tim Walz. And they were like, yeah, I'm doing it. You know that, right? At least one. Oh, Eli Lilly. I forgot to sell the last contract, I think. I don't think I did. No, I still have it. It's dead. I think he might be back to richest man. Oracle, bro. That was great, though. We had great timing. It would have been nice to catch the earnings, but we still did amazing. Hims is still climbing up. That's been doing that all day. And IonQ. Again, those contracts still worth a lot, but do whatever you need. I already took most of them. The mugshot, yeah, I saw it. I just don't think it's him. I don't know. It looks like him a little bit, but yeah, man, I don't know. Caterpillar. Not that bad. SPY's coming down. Again, 9 minutes till Euro close. So we get ready. NATO commander issue order for Eastern Sentry. It has. I mean, NASDAQ's the only thing green right now. SPY just flipped red. Equal weight was already dumping. Just showed you that. Russell's down almost 1%. Dow down by 0.3. And then NASI's up 1/3. I mean, you do have a couple good tech names. Not all of them, but still there. Oof. 140 green on the SPY. 360 in the red. Dow Jones 24 in the red. 6 in the green. All tech. Or Microsoft, Apple, UNH. And then Walmart, Nvidia, Caterpillar, only thing green on the Dow. And then NASDAQ 25 green and 75 in the red. So, man, most of it is ELF popping a little bit. And then AMSC. Again, couple things moving, but the low ticker is pretty active. You just sold off here, and then 7 minutes into Euro till we get to Euro close. Musk made clear voting rights key to pay package. Yeah, AMSC and the other one, but again, more names are coming down. It's not fully gassed yet, but yeah, you might get some fireworks here at Euro close. It just sucks. Equal weight's down, but like I'm telling you, this is the thing about it. It's like, dude, I said this all day, man. We moved a lot this week, so nothing is going to be really surprising. But again, maybe if it does top out, that could be the top out of the front run. So, but think about that in next week. It's all I ever wanted, long term. All right, hold on. Equal weight? Equal weight. Someone explain it to him. Investopedia. Bro, I need to get a protein. I'm like hungry today. It's really weird. I'm like getting like my stomach's grumbling. I have to get a pro. Oh, I can't wait for Christmas. It's coming. So yeah, man. I hope it could be. Summer was good, but I look forward to Jingle Bells. CRC Lyft is on the high again. Remember yesterday. Iran. Yeah, Lyft and Uber. Damn, Lyft is at 18. That's up a lot. Gemini IPOs, the crypto company. All I ever wanted, long term. Yeah, Klarna. I heard there was this one model on Klarna. I heard people pumping it. But like, I think it was Goldman. They were saying it's like a huge future value. Like they have a good 2030 target on it. But yeah, it wasn't as, I mean, it was like hyped, but like I'm telling you, man, these IPOs, they really just market a lot around them, but if it has too much premium, it's very hard to keep that hype up. Yeah, MPW all day. Again, this is one of the front run plays, for crying out loud. So again, I think it's the lower quality one, but anything, you know, related to real estate, I think is important. Microsoft just did 40 push-ups. Let's go, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, stand up. It is push-up time. Euro close in 3 minutes and push-up time. But toe workout while eating. I had to, bro. I don't know why. I needed pro. I balled too hard yesterday, I guess. I like that speech a lot. That Mr. Cox. Good guy. We're touching grass. I don't know. I have something for you in Philo. It's kind of crazy how it lines up. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. We could probably start Philo a little earlier. I'm kind of down, but like I said, I don't think much is going to happen. You might get, if anything, just think of your plays in front run. Mexico moving up. But, yeah, it's all going to be about next week. Is there a specific number? 10 is a good place to start. We like 10%. We like 10 push-ups. And then if you could increase it, little by little, then you'll just get really swole. But then, anything, it doesn't have to be push-ups too. Maybe if you have a weak shoulder, weak back, you have tight hips, posture, there's certain things you could, that's why I do toe workouts now. I do toe workouts, I be doing back exercises. Oh, you have no idea. I be squatting. I'm gonna do the stream in the bear cave position. Mr. Hananazen. Oh, thank you, my friend. And good morning. Good. I'm gonna do it now. I'm gonna do the bear cave. I want to eat the rest of this crunchy bar. But yeah, the squats are good, bro. Just like squatting. I'm literally squatting down right now. Like I'm a caveman. Oh, that's a Microsoft. Sorry. Anything for Achilles? No, the what's it called? The it's like put your back. It's like everything for the arch. That's kind of what I realized. So like the stuff I do for the arch and like the toe and foot ones is because like the back of my, like near my Achilles, it's kind of like bent. But yeah, so like you just put your back foot on the wall. I did that this morning, and it's actually amazing. Do like a lunge, put your right foot in front, and then take your left, doesn't matter which one, put one foot in front, and then put the other foot on the back of the wall, but like drive your heel into the back of the wall, and then just like lunge forward with your heel driven in the back. It'll like stretch the front of your hamstring all the way down to like the toe. It's amazing. I'm gonna do that right now. Once that propaganda come on, bro, I'm about to run that real quick. Because it feels good. It's good for the hips. But now I'm in. The squatting hurts for a little bit. That's what I realized. Like doing the bear cave, I saw this thing. It was like, you know, naturally, like just squatting down. It's really good for you. But I've noticed it's not as comfortable because I don't do it too often. Do some push-ups, good. I'm about to do more once a commercial comes on. Or I call their segment a commercial, but yeah, get the idea. Poland Sikorsky sees more military operations with Ukraine. Yeah, resting squad, pretty much. Oh, it's hard though, bro. It's hard. All right, here it is. Here's your commercial. I'm gonna go do that one stretch real quick. The fuck? Yeah, I know. I missed it, but I have it. I gotta play on it. I just think we were like 2 minutes behind. And like I'm telling you, there's a way that this doesn't hit. Essentially, it may sound negative, but it gets really bad if like RFK or Donald Trump like addresses it. You get what I'm saying? So for now, it's causing a 3% reaction. We just got another 1%, but just keep that in mind. That's kind of how I'm viewing it. And then Pfizer options just don't really move that crazy. I don't know if it's Pfizer specifically, but I mean, they gave out a lot of them. And they got a lot of money for doing it. But yeah, so SPY's even to the lower end. I kept it small. I thought I was late, so we'll see. But I think it really hits if the other guy comes in. Like, I think if you get one comment, then it's a different story. Alright, it's already popping. And then bonds, that was weird. You had that little pop and drop on nothing. Oh yeah, what about J&J? You're right. That one barely moved. So yeah, that's everybody assuming. Myrna's going more. Yeah, it's weird. Myrna did take the biggest one. J&J would move the most. But wait, J&J is Kenview now. Hold on. Fuck. That J&J doesn't make sense. It would be Kenview, wouldn't it? And they don't use the Myrna tech, the mRNA. So yeah, I think it would, but you might want to scratch that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it was mRNA. So it may not have the exposure. What was the other one?
DC Plus.
It'll be interesting to watch them become open door hardos and at the same time complain about real estate. That one's going to be interesting. Because I've already seen it. So I've seen people on, like, so some of the guys who got mad at me on Twitter, I see them, like, pumping Open Door, and they're like, the CEO, and they really believe in it, and they got mad at me for buying the leaps before everybody for some reason. I don't know why. That bothered them so much. But when I read through it, their Twitter, they also would, like, retweet and complain about real estate being unaffordable. You realize what you're doing by giving Open Door your money, right? They're going to go buy more houses and overpay in neighborhoods and then jack up the price of homes like they already did. And I made a bunch of money by selling them to Open Door. Do you realize that, right? I don't know if you guys are aware of this. But, like, you're going to give Open Door a bunch of money to go buy, to do what I'm telling you to do. Go buy a house. But they're going to go buy it with all of your money at a terrible price. I'm just going off of what they did last time. But, yeah. So, you can't complain. I'm just saying this. You can't complain about real estate if you want an Open Door short squeeze. Because your Open Door short squeeze results in them buying a lot of residential homes at a very, very overinflated price. I hope you're aware of that. If not, I would definitely, I mean, I made money on the option, but like I'm saying, some of you have already made a mental commitment to this company, but, you know, I'm glad that you're getting over the real estate complaining then, if that's the case. Well, yeah, they interpreted my tweet yesterday as talking shit on the company. I was just saying I thought it was scammy from the beginning and how it was getting pumped and the volume. So I just said either fade it forever or just make your mind up to play it. You don't need to get involved. You could have just made one decision, the most amount of time, the most mispriced option, and just chilled. Or you could have said, nah, I'm not in it. But yeah. But they're really committed to, some people are buying the story and they're the CEO and they think it's kind of turning into AMC. Bro, I can't believe it's only 8:50, Chad. It's mad early. All right, the Pfizer's didn't hit. They're holding, but we will have to see. Cancel that. Micron. So that was the one that was on the list in the morning, but only did like 1% so far from the gap up. then the Pfizer. I don't think we're gonna get Trump or anybody today, are we? UNH looks good. I think it went up a little higher today. Some of the other healthcares. Yeah, still another 1%. Healthcare started slipping though. That's because of Pfizer. Pfizer's in XLV, believe it or not. So that's probably going to distort it. But CNC's even up. I think Elevance was up earlier. That just went red. Cigna got a little bit, and then Humana's red, I think. All barely though. Drug maker's not as good. Bonds are getting clobbered though. SPY moving a little bit. Again, another weird big tech factor. There's a Pfizer. So yeah, like I said, the premium's held, but the stock, it's at least coming down still. We haven't heard more, but it's just not doing it as quick. Not one of those like crazy news reactions. ISPC. Macy's, the low ticker's been pretty active, dude. So yeah, I don't know if we kind of even bounced a little here, but like, dude, that's not going away. 1 minute, 30 second, 5 minute, it's all up. And like we said in the morning, yeah, you only have 5 names. They're all tech related, and then Walmart, and then UNH on the Dow. Everything else is red. Less than 25 names green on the NASDAQ. SPY 120 green. So yeah, still more down, but like I'm saying, momentum wise, short term, you got a lot. ISPC, that one sounds familiar, but up 16. Equal weight, I think, has been leading the way down today. Yeah, so that low ticker activity, you see it all here. But Apple and some of the other ones are kind of holding you up. Pfizer just flushed again, but then they're kind of holding it. I'd be good. You give me a staple rotation, huh? Yeah, Nvidia's up, so Micron, there's a few, but just not many. 25 on the Nazi. Let's see. Tesla, Applevid, Microsoft, CrowdStrike, ASML, MSTR, Clack, AMD, Palantir, Warner Bros, EA. So yeah, these are the only a few names. You all know them, the ones that are up. Kenvue on the high. So again, like we were just talking about J&J and how that all played out. It's interesting. Kenvue's actually going up because now you don't have too many names going up. FAA 3.1 million fine against Boeing. Fines for safety violations. TLT hitting another low too. Very interesting. Equal weight as well dropping. Carvana, and then Newegg is waking up. So Carvana's actually been up holding Newegg. That thing's already up 7. Yeah, Gemini. So, do you guys notice how the IPOs are not coming out as hot anymore? So, after they scammed everybody on the first set, they, and we kind of, look at these IPOs, they're not trying to, they're coming down. So that's good, but I still think anything above 10%. What's the ticker for Gemini?
Money to work because of just that scarcity value.
Scarcity value, particularly when before the test it felt like was you need to be profitable. You need to have really shown the bottom line growth, not just top line. Gemini doesn't really have that.
No, not at all. And when you talk to investors like I've been doing, it's really a question of, are you just kind of putting money to work in what should be or could be the next exchange, again, to go
We've lost audio on Bailey, unfortunately. Oh, you're back, Bailey.
Well, don't tell me what you bought.
To retail investors.
That's a bad
leaning
idea.
Into that retail trend, this has been something we've
guys,
been tracking
what happens
with
if
the
you
last
tell Josh
handful of
what you
deals,
bought?
but it really seems like the kind of bet is maybe further away from institutions and betting more on some of those individual investors on a Robinhood or a SoFi to put their money to work and buy.
But like, it's a space station? I thought this was the crypto company. The crypto broker. Wait, Gemini Space. Why do they call it Space Station? Yeah, ran by the Winklevoss. 15 million. That's good though. You know what happens. It's awesome. I'm glad you know. But you also know what I did during COVID too. You don't need to ask. I think it's very well apparent. Jemmy. So yeah, it's at least cheaper. I mean, they're saying $28. How many? 30 million? 15 million shares? So we'll see. We'll run the criteria, but like I'm telling you, I'm not going to advocate any premium on IPOs. If Wall Street wants us to play it, they need to leave us money. Because they already get paid. They already get fees, and they get to get a little bit. So they're too greedy. But I don't think... Told you, every play with overpriced and no demand, it's gone down. So it's not like... I don't think... For now, one of them's going to run, and you're going to regret it. But for now, they all... You don't really regret any... There's no fear of missing out. Via IPOs. There's another one. So a mini IPO. France summons Russian ambassador over Poland incursion. ISPC, whatever that is still going. It's a software company. Transports public transit. I've never heard of it. Yeah, StubHub is coming up. I was gonna say Klarna, but that just happened. Core Weave on the low. Again, SPY near VWAP, but like, dude, that whole discussion, it's stocks have only been going down. I mean, the SPY is not. Now it's starting to, probably because of big tech, but like equal way, the momentum, you are just making your way downtown, holding fast and it's selling. Get a lantern. Get a lantern. I will save 10% if I can just buy homes. Thank you. Long term. I know. Well, yeah, yesterday we got a nice little deposit pretty much. Oh, I gave up half a deposit. Mine went down. I don't know what. I think it's either Meta or Spotify. If I can just long term. Oh no, Pfizer, duh. And then Archite, Intel, Nike, a lot more names are down. But MPW, Baidunius is doing. Damn, we're up 38% on Baidu. You guys forgot to mention that. Yeah. Woo! Now that's another one. But the Young Thug song dropped on IG. I did not. Can you sing it to me? No? Okay. All right, well. I didn't. I saw the one diss track he made. I think Young Thug is like a very funny person. Like, like if you've ever like looked at his Twitter and just like, even after I watched that little diss video and I was like, he's a very interesting man. He makes me laugh. He's like a character. Core Weave's still dumping. Dude, Baidu is, I'm kind of mad because Baidu is literally, it will go right back down. That's the sad part, but yeah, I mean, that was a good pickup. I wish we got a little bit more. But remember, we already had some good China exposure. But yeah, 40% is pretty large. Yeah, CoreWeave dumping Ball Corp. Damn, bro, Baidu. I mean, we got paid on the options too, but I would have wanted more for the long term. That's what I'm saying. It stayed near our price for so long. We actually were really low. How did we get in at 81? That was good. But yeah, that was end of the year, like right before this year. We grabbed it. We grabbed it in like December or something, I think. Yeah, 11/25. Thanksgiving. Right before Thanksgiving. So almost a year ago. But like end of last year. Gill on the low. Dude, the low ticker is very active, bro. Like, for a minute. So, yeah, equal weight stopping the going down. So, this has to be, what's it called? This has to be somewhere big tech. Amazon starting to knife into the low right now. And Coinbase, but I think it's Amazon. Amazon literally just dropped like $1. It's not Microsoft. It's not Googly Woogly. What about Meta? It's not Meta. Yeah, it's Amazon. There it is. Look at, I don't know what's going on with Amazon. 229 to 228. 2 minutes. Now it's on the low ticker. Myrna down more than Pfizer. They probably don't have the same moat. But they're all kind of down and staying pinned. But we haven't, like I said, I think the worry is bringing it down, but that play, the real hit on that play is like a government announcement. If the government announces it, they're all going to hit, but if not, then yeah, it'll be different. LMT on the high. That's an interesting one. All things considered, yeah, you don't have too many names going up, and now LMT did. Sydney Sweeney, American Eagle, adds to Sydney Sweeney campaign. What does that mean? How do you say? Does that mean they're getting her for another one, or what are we? I think that's what that means, right? IonQ claimed they had a partnership. Well, I think the play's over now. My plays are still up 500%, so I just think the time to discuss IonQ. If you were here in the morning, I handed everybody a fucking gift. That was Christmas, right to your door. But yeah, why Amazon? No, I don't think that's why Amazon moved. Yeah, the IonQ conference. The IonQ conference ends in 30 minutes, but that's how we got our play this morning. It was insane if you were here, but Amazon's not at a conference, and I don't think Amazon would move on that news. Post with Sydney Sweeney. Yeah. FedEx might be in a couple weeks, but remember, FedEx is like this early start of earnings. So right when they report in a couple more weeks, that's usually when like Netflix, Tesla. So I think we're getting close, but yeah, we'll see. Charlie Kirk channel is live? What do you mean? Oh shit, it is.
Be upset if we weren't here.
Wow.
And we, of course,
yeah, they just went
left
live
his chair
7 minutes ago
and empty, because nobody will ever fill it.
Damn.
Nobody could ever hope to. But
sad, bro.
By all of us together, we want to honor him, and we want to be more like him. And we want to be inspired by him, and we want you,
bro, go
in
to
the
the
audience,
channel, show him some love,
to know him like we knew him, and to be up close and personal to the front row seat to history, to a legend, to an American icon that we got every single day. And I don't know why we were so fortunate and blessed to be those people, those few that got to see it so up close. He touched millions. He personally knew tens of thousands. And somehow we were the blessed ones that got to be close to him. And in the chats, we got yelled at by him. We got pushed to more and to be better because of Charlie and by Charlie. And so we have, to my right, Jack Posobiec, Blake Neff, and Tyler Boyer. And myself, Andrew Colvett, the executive producer of the Charlie Kirk Show. And we are so honored to share what we know about Charlie, and to do it on a day where the authorities tell us that his killer has been brought into custody. And I want to say personally thank you to Kash Patel and Dan Bongino, Governor Cox. You told us you would not stop until you got him, and I admit that my faith wavered at times as the hours stretched on, but you appeared to have the suspect in custody, and we're grateful that you have not slept, you did not rest, just like you promised, and you are men of your word, and we are grateful to you. And so with that, I just want to, again, welcome my friends, and Jack, I'm going to start with you. Tell us what's on your heart right now, brother.
We know, it's like, I know the seat looks empty, but it's not. The seat isn't empty at all. Because in a way, Charlie is the only thing we're all thinking about right now. We can't think of anything else, really. We can't think straight. And we can read and we can talk, but at the end of the day, all we're thinking about is Charlie. And we know that Charlie is looking down on us. And I know that when we all gather here, it's like he's here. And that's why no one wants to sit there, because he is there. We were saying thank yous just there, and the only thing that I guess I would add is, we're hearing these reports that family members of the suspect were involved, particularly the father, in bringing him to the police, bringing him to the authorities. And if that's true, I'd just like to extend a sincere thank you and gratitude to something like that. As a father, I can't even imagine. I can't even imagine what that must be like. But to have done that is just shows the ultimate goodness and the ultimate righteousness that still does exist in this country, and the fact that people are willing to step up and do the right thing even in impossible odds. And that's the Charlie Kirk spirit. That's always been the Charlie Kirk spirit, is to stare down impossible odds and say, I'm going to do it anyway, when everybody told him he couldn't. And that's the Charlie Kirk I know, that when you told him he couldn't do it, he'd say, figure it out. Tyler, I'm sure he told you that more times than you can count.
It's been really hard. I mean, we've been able to lean on each other, I think, talking a lot to one another about the memories, and that's probably, I think, the most important thing that we can do today is share those memories. I've been telling everybody that's reached out on our staff. I mean, we've hired thousands of people in Turning Point, and it hasn't been easy. It's been part of the battle on Charlie. It's like, I'm gonna miss those, right, Tyler? You know, conversations when we are sitting around, because you don't really know the battles unless you've been in them. But there's so many people that have looked at Charlie along the way as a mentor, that all have different emotions and they have different stories. And I've told people, write them down. Every single person that's reached out to me says, I'm so sorry, Tyler. I'm like, please just write down your memories that you had, because some of these stories are so unbelievably funny. They're so unbelievable in general, because God's hand has been such a big part of Charlie's story and legacy. I'm so sorry.
No, we're all right there. We're all right there.
And for those of us that have been close, like we've talked about, we've seen Evan's hand is part of that, and that has to be accentuated, because that's what Charlie wanted. We talked about that all the time with people invested in Turning Point, all the major stakeholders. That, you know, a lot of people look at this as political dynamo, the dynamics of all of that, but all of this has been, you know, even through this tragic week, I believe that God has been with Charlie from day one, and will continue to be.
Blake, I want to. You're next, buddy. So get ready. But I want to just comment on what you're saying, because one of the last trips that I took with Charlie was a couple weeks ago, and we were flying all over the country, spent hours on the plane, and I said to him, isn't it crazy? Like, you know, we were talking about South Park, and we were talking about just everything. Like, we just kind of had a moment, and he's just like, yeah, it's all God. He just instantly goes, yeah, it's all God. It's all God. And as I was driving to the office of the studio this morning, I thought to myself, it was always God, and God has not pulled his hand away from Charlie Kirk. He did not pull his hand away from Turning Point. He did not pull his hand away from this country. It was always God that got us here. There were so many times, and I want the audience to know this, there were so many times where we felt like our backs were so against the wall that we were not going to get through whatever it was. That, you know, this thing happened, or, you know, this, it was just so many things. It's impossible right now. Now's not the time to get into the details. There was just so many things, and Charlie and I would feel the weight of the world when we would talk to each other. And I know you felt it, and I know you felt it, and I know you felt it. And then we got through it, and it was God. And somehow we came out stronger and better. And Charlie had more influence, and our reach and our staff and everything just kept growing time and time again. And he knew that it was all God's hand. He knew it was all the blessing of God on him and on this organization and on the show.
Yesterday I said Charlie's on assignment from God, and he always has been.
Every time you filled in for Charlie, you said, well, Charlie's on assignment. And
so now he's on assignment from God.
He's on.
And he always was.
So we are live on national radio right now, and so we have to take a quick radio break for the stream. We're going to keep going, and Real America's Voice, we're going to keep going. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Dude. Sad, man.
All right, Blake. It is your turn. And I want everybody to know that probably nobody traveled with Charlie more than Blake in the last, I'd say, 18 months, except maybe Mikey.
Mikey, for sure.
Mikey, but you traveled to London with him. You went to Korea with him. Blake, the floor is yours.
Thanks. I feel unworthy to be here. You guys all knew him a lot longer than I did. Compared to a lot of people here, Charlie entered my life pretty recently. I remember you called me out of the blue almost exactly 3 years ago, first week of October 22. And I don't want to get into the details of it, but I can say Charlie had a drastic impact on my life. He basically gave me my life back. And I don't know how to express how grateful I am for that. And how just over the past 3 years, how much I came to admire him. Not just for how talented of a person he was, but how good of a person he was. And how everything he fought for was because he believed it would be good for the country and good for every single person in it. And I'll always think one of the final things I was doing with him, I mentioned with you, Jack, yesterday.
Yeah.
The last speech he gave was in Japan to an audience.
Buddhist.
No, Buddhist, Shinto, no Christians in it, or maybe a handful, but not many. And, it was about immigration. It was about other stuff, but he wanted to include, I should witness to the faith, regardless of where we're going. And we talked about how he could do that, and we put it into the speech 5 minutes before he went up there, and he did it. And because it was that important to him that he do that. It wasn't about just, he wasn't catering to any audience. This is a speech almost nobody in the US would ever see or watch, and most of the audience in Japan might not even get it, but he wanted to do it because it was important to him. And
we gotta get that.
Just a minute before
that footage,
when it happened, he was witnessing to the gospel there at the college. And
Blake, it gives me some solace and some comfort to know that you were there with him on campus that day. And I was just grateful to be able to call you and know that I at least had somebody that was there and that loved him and that was close, and I could call you. And I'm just glad you were there, man. It's not good. It's not fair to you that you had to be there, but I'm glad that you were. And you and I and Charlie were texting literally moments before he went out to the crowd, and we were talking about arguments and finer points that he could make, and he going over, this kind of question.
What it was about, what are the good arguments in favor of marriage?
Monogamy,
the Christian version of marriage.
Yes.
And it was, that gets back to, one of the other core things, how much he loved Erica, how much he loved their children, how much much he cared for them, and how it really demonstrates the power of that, familial love, because we all talked about how they made him better too. And
man, isn't that the truth?
You see Charlie like pre-Erica and then Charlie post-Erica, and it's still Charlie, but it's like more
better clothes. They actually fit him.
No, we were just talking about this yesterday.
And he's a father, and
I no, it was like night and day difference. So we used to I used to be worried about Charlie dressing
Erica is
himself.
legitimately the real MVP.
And I don't just mean the fashion. I don't just mean the fashion.
No, I don't just mean the
We were talking about because Charlie's
I was talking about that.
It's rough because
the visible part.
Charlie's birthday's in about a month, and I used to buy him clothes on his birthday as an excuse to buy him like sneakers because he wouldn't wear sneakers. He would only wear dress shoes.
That's right.
And then Erica came, and then I was like so relieved because he would wear clothes that like he looked better than anyone,
like a normal person.
No, he looked better than everybody because Erica's incredibly stylish and great. And it was just like he went from like the Stone Age to like he now had this incredibly well manicured dress.
I love this vein. We want to tell you about Erica, and we're gonna welcome back National Radio. So we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to the Charlie Kirk Show. This is Andrew Colvett, executive producer of this fine show, as Charlie Kirk has gone on assignment with God. And we, his friends, are here remembering him. And we were just talking about Erica Kirk and the before and after Erica Kirk story is a really amazing story, and I was
trying to make a poignant, emotional, spiritual.
I have been basically crying for 2.5 days, and I'm remembering Charlie being when I first met him. It was like everything was baggy, and like the suits didn't fit, and like the collars were always like out like this.
Because they're playing those videos now.
Yes.
When he's younger, and
I was showing Andrew an image. It was so funny because
studio. Can we get like an OG CK shot with his baggy suit?
I'll send one. That's like a perfect one. But he was.
You need the before and after shot.
It was like a very baggy suit, and it just. But you know what? But
this is kind of very. This isn't with a suit, but this was like.
No. I've got a perfect one. But anyways, the point is like, but his spirit shined through so brightly.
It didn't
matter.
No.
Like,
of course.
That's what it was like. I remember being in some of these meetings. I was like, oh my gosh, like, because he would carry around the backpack. He had this big black backpack that had his initials on it. He had that forever, and he had forever one pair of shoes, dress shoes that he wore, and then these big. But it didn't matter. Like none of that mattered.
Nothing.
Every single person that talked to him, every one of these big time donors, early on, like big time. I mean, he would just be able to break through to every single one of those people, and
it was always
so special.
It was his unique voice, and this is why Charlie would go viral on campus. He would never pull any punches. The guy would say, he would say the truth with 100% fidelity. Do you know what I mean? It was like men and women, like, are different. Two sexes. Like, it was never like,
there's no equivocation.
No, there was no like, well, some people feel this. No, it was like, it's wrong when people steal. Does it make it okay that they were poor? No, it's wrong, right? And it was just, he had this moral clarity that he was just blessed by God with, and he would not cut any corners with it. And so, yeah, it didn't matter the suit he was wearing. It didn't matter his fashion. Although I will tell you.
But Erica
made his looks much better. And I will also tell you that his friends, Don Jr., Gentry Beach,
Don,
they gave him like a gift card at one point, a $10,000 like credit at the Trump Tailor in New York City, in Manhattan, to get him some proper suits. It was like one of these things that they
Charlie, if you're going to be around, you gotta,
if you're going to hang around with us, Charlie, we need you to.
You gotta,
look a little bit more put together.
We're going to take care of that a little bit.
Yeah, it was a.
Oh my gosh, Tyler, get this up.
You have to see. This is the pre Erica, and then Erica came in, and then. Looked immediately.
I love it.
I mean, immediately better. I mean, I'm not even kidding. It's like
sorry,
overnight.
Charlie, we got to.
The real miracle is that Erica went for it. You know what I mean? She's seeing the baggy shirt. No, I mean she knew. He knew.
No, but that's female, right? That's the female. Tanya was the same with me. It's the female. I see
I see the thing and I want to nurture it. I want to grow it.
Michelangelo could see a block of marble
and he would chisel away.
He would just bring the David out. He's like, the David's already in there.
Right.
I just have to reveal it.
I want to say it's typically not a good idea to say, I think I could change this man or something for the women watching, but you can polish.
They're not. Yeah,
they're not the deeper. No, not the deeper.
Bringing forth.
And you could never change Charlie's spirit, right? But
that's exactly right.
But what she did, I think, if anything, just in terms of this, is make it so that the external match the internal.
Well, sure. And I will say as well, though, that Charlie's faith became so much stronger as soon as Erica came around, and he started vocalizing it more. And for those of you in the audience that don't know Erica Kirk, the woman is a lioness. She is fierce. She is strong. She's obviously like distraught and hurting, as we all are, but she is fierce and she is strong. And I want you to know that about her, that I have seen her up close.
I'm sorry to hear.
Tyler, you've been there as well with us.
We got prayers up for you too, bro.
And
it's a tough time for a lot of
she
people.
is so strong, and Charlie
I could only
wanted to marry
imagine
her
losing
because
another
of
person
how
right
strong she was, and
So God
ultimately
bless,
he
bro.
knew
Pray for Justin.
that she could do this life that he was leading. And Charlie was already leading a crazy life when they met and when they fell in love and when they got married, and he knew that she had the strength in her core, and she is also such an incredible woman of faith. He knew that she could do this, and he was 100% right about Erica Kirk. She is truly something amazing, and we all love her dearly. Radio, we'll be right back. Tyler, why don't you tell the story of how you inadvertently connected Charlie with his wife?
So this is the miracle of the entire thing, which is incredible, and I don't think we can talk about it enough. It's Trump, it's Erica, it's Arizona, it's Turning Point.
You couldn't script this any better. Let me just set 2 points.
I told a little bit of it yesterday.
Yeah, Tyler, I think you've told this story a few times on the show, so let's big picture context here. Tyler pulled off the first Trump rally, the very first one in Arizona, and there's a lot of crazy details that go into it, but the first one, Tyler gets the credit.
But the most important part of that, truly in the background, is that Erica Kirk is at that rally, and we don't focus on it. We've talked about the rally and all that with Trump getting reelected.
She's in the background of the main shot.
So right behind Trump, people don't know this. We can put it up. There is right behind Trump on stage, first Trump rally ever. And again, they were expecting this to be a 100-person rally. They were like wanting to give refreshments.
You didn't even call it a rally, right?
Well, so the original was supposed to be
Corey Lewandowski.
Corey Lewandowski was like, "Can you get 100 people in a room? We'll provide refreshments. We'll give you money, whatever." And I'm like, "No, we don't need any of that. We can get lots of people there." And we started doing this, and it starts to go bonkers, right? Because I'll give credit to Jake Hoffman, who is the president of the Freedom Caucus here. He's a state senator. He was my unpaid comms director, who was actually the guy that helped start Charlie's Instagram with me and start all the Turning Point, like all the Turning Point assets that we have on social media now, by the way, too. But we started just going bonkers with all the media. And so then I started fielding calls from everywhere. It was crazy everywhere. And one of the calls I got was from Erica. She's like, "Hey, I was Miss Arizona. I love Donald Trump. Can I be involved?" I'm like, "Absolutely." So I met her, and I was like, "We've got to put her behind the president." So I had my family behind the president. My grandpa, who just passed away just a few months ago, who loved Charlie, loved the show, everything, listened daily. It was my grandpa, my dad-in-law, Lauren, my wife, and Erica is up there.
Yeah.
So Erica, afterwards,
we gotta find the picture.
After this, I'll pull it up. After this rally, I meet with Erica, and I'm like, "There's a way that we can." She's faith-based. So this is the funniest part. She's faith-based. She's so centered on Christ. We've got to lean in and involve her here because we were starting the initial talks about Turning Point Faith or TPUSA Faith, and I was trying to recruit her hard to come work for us. And so through all that, I had introduced her to Charlie. I was like, I think she could be great. She could be wonderful. And Charlie was immediately in love, absolutely in love. And I was like,
it was straight
Charlie, hey, going back, and that's where it's like the tee up with, the clothes, everything else. I was like, Charlie, I don't know, like this is
he was trying to impress her a little more. This
is Miss Arizona, so I was nervous. I'm like, I don't know if we don't want to scare her away, right? Like we don't have to work for us, So, but like that's great. Let's feel out. And so Charlie did the right thing. He did everything perfectly, as Charlie always does. Did everything perfectly. I dropped him off. He was at the office here, which he was rarely at the office because he was always on the plane. And he had set up a date to go meet her at the gym, because it's a fancier, nicer gym that's in the North Valley. And I took him over and I dropped him off there. And it was the whole car ride over there was pep talk. So, all right, this is what you got to do. This is what you got to say. Hey, if she says this, don't do that. And he's like, well, what do I do if because Charlie had a number of dates, but not that many people. He's busy. He's a busy guy. He just didn't.
Yeah.
And so it went immaculately. And after that, they'd met again in New York, where she was living at the time. And he had made a special trip just to go there.
Yeah, he made an excuse. This is what Charlie would do. He would go somewhere and he would make an excuse that was like a formal reason to be there, but there was always kind of like an ulterior motive where
But it was these are the memories. I'm putting out a tweet right now that's saying just write down these memories, because until just now I just forgot about that. Was like driving him over in my car, just having that conversation, which was just like, and again, Andrew, I know you've had many of these, all of us have had many of these conversations one-on-one with Charlie, of just like the pep talks, because even though Charlie was such a lion of a man, it takes a village, I think, of like having those conversations with one another.
It takes a family.
It takes a family.
Yeah, but he would position people in places to be able to speak to him and give him like that, like before he took the stage, like, okay.
But he would always, it's like, he would always just want that, even though you knew that he didn't need it.
And but you know what the other thing is, you'd think you had a really good idea, and you're like, no, and I give it to him, and be like, okay, and then he would always chew the meat and spit out the bones. He was always so good at filtering out your bad ideas without like making you feel terrible. We got to Welcome Back Radio, so. All right, welcome back to our national radio audience at the Charlie Kirk Show. We are remembering the one and only Charlie Kirk, and it's his friends that are doing it. I'm joined by Jack Posobiec, Blake Neff, another producer on the show, and Tyler Boyer, the COO of Turning Point Action, who helped Charlie meet his lovely bride, and that's what we're currently talking about.
Well, and that's like, to that point, Erica became that person. Like you were saying, right? Erica became the person that would, and it was a two-way road. You'd have to filter out some of Charlie's bad ideas too at times. And Erica is, has become the best at that. She is the go-to, and I know that that was the most valuable thing. But to put a pin in it, that weird situation though, which was that moment where I was sitting there with Charlie, and the Trump rally culminated, and Erica was there, and then became his wife. Like, the entire thing is like, again, you talk about God things. Clearly, God has his hand and watching over Charlie constantly.
Well, this is the Charlie Kirk Show, and we played an opening, but radio didn't get to hear that. And we put together a Charlie Kirk. Which number is it, Blake? Do you have it? We put together just a montage of some great Charlie Kirk moments, and I think it is 443 is the number. We put together a montage for the audience of Charlie in his own words, and he loved this show so much. He loved this show, and I remember one time when I talked to him, and I said, who's your greatest hero? And this space, obviously Donald Trump's the president, and that was the obvious answer, but like, no Trump, like, well, who? And he said Rush Limbaugh. Yeah. And Charlie got to know Rush personally, I think we had basically the last big event that Rush did was introducing the president. Yeah,
the last two.
Yeah,
so he never made public appearances.
Yeah,
and
he's a very private person.
He came to our event at Mar-a-Lago. So we were one of the first groups to do anything with fundraisers, things like that at Mar-a-Lago. People don't know that we actually did it very small. But Rush had such a personal connection with Charlie, and this was kind of early too, before Charlie was kind of a known quantity everywhere. Really leaned in and showed up.
Yeah, and Charlie actually went to Rush's house, picked him up in the car, and drove him there. And we gave.
He lived right up the street.
Yeah, in West Palm Beach, or he lived in Palm Beach. But Rush was his hero, and he listened to Rush. Rush was so influential in just the way Charlie thought about politics. And if you want to know why Charlie never lost the grassroots, he was always so into the grassroots.
Rush, I did not know that one. So, oh no, don't tell everybody. But that was really sad, man. And I want to go to Philo. I did think if you want to listen to it, because even then, I think you should go support their channel. Go say what's up, man. And yeah, that was. Just remember, all of this stuff just happened, you guys. I don't know if anybody, man, and I hope I could use humor at times to lighten the mood, but y'all know this just fucking happened. Are you aware of that? Like, you know what I'm saying? So, I'm sure there's a lot to be said, and I'm sure there's other topics to talk about, but at the end of the day, man, this is all very fresh, I'm sure, for the people you see on screen as well as a lot of other people around the world. So, but that being said, go check it out if you guys want to watch it, or I didn't know they were on radio. You could listen to your radio. But now, my friends, what we are going to do is something that I call Philo. You may have heard about it. So, if you would like to join Philo, I hope I see you there. If not, have a good weekend. Really though, but maybe you should come to Philo because I'm gonna give you something to do this weekend. So I think all of you could use something to do, and I could give you something pretty cool, pretty fascinating. But yeah, this weekend, use your time wisely. Is the simple way, or enjoy yourself, but. I hope so in a good manner. But yeah, I got something for you. So I'll see you there if you want to be there. But don't go if you don't want to be there. That's weird. You don't pay for things you don't want. So don't pay attention to shit you don't want. I don't do that. So you don't do it either. If you do, I would like $100. No? Okay. All right. Well, on that note, I'll see you there. It should take you there. God bless America. Thank you to the veterans, baby. And everybody that support the veterans. You know what I'm saying? We love you too, man. And thank you. And God bless every single one of y'all. Peace.